everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Tuesday Night Fistivities. I'm your host, Karyn Bryant. Thank you so much for the warm reception. Hi. Hi. KB here. Big show tonight. I believe this is episode 48. And tonight we're having my girl, Angela Hill, on. Of course, Angie and I used to do the What Had Happened Was podcast. We got to put that on hiatus right now. But you can still go back. We did like 68 episodes of that. So you can go back and find those. All over on YouTube and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that stuff. But anyway, Angie just picked up a big win at UFC San Diego, so we'll be talking to her about that. Of course, I am here with Renato Laranja. I would say I'm here with Renato Laranja. Really, I'm waiting for Renato Laranja. I feel like I need to do this intro every time because I always have to recognize that some people may have never seen this show before. Renato is on Brazilian time, which, I know about. I'm not going to lie. I know there is a thing called CP time. Brazilian time is worse. At any rate, Renato will be here, 27-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion. Perhaps he's finishing up a private. I don't really know. But at any rate, he will be here, episode 48. And I want to welcome a bunch of you because I just today finally put the show up on as an audio podcast, right? So I still have to go back and upload a bunch of past episodes. But I have now finally, you guys asked for it. You're getting it. I am putting them up on so far they're on Spotify, they are on Amazon Music, and at the Apple Podcast just takes a little bit longer to verify it or whatever. So they should be there by tomorrow or whatever. And I really want to know from you guys where else you like it. Like, where do you consume your podcast? So that is something that I want to get from you guys, so that I can put the places where you guys are and where you will go to listen to it. But yeah, Kevin Wolfork, that's right. Getting the band back together. Got my girl Angie coming on. I miss her. I mean, I saw her a little bit when we were in San Diego, but yeah, I used to see her every Sunday night and I don't anymore. So yeah, it is, I done goofed, a What Had Happened Was reunion show. Listen, yeah. Hey, what up, Tim Klingbeil? Hey, thank you for calling me a legend. I'm all right today. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, I'm so happy for Angie as well, Tommy. Yeah, this is going to be really good. Okay, so we got one vote for Spotify already. Yeah, I'm going to keep going through this and ask you guys. But first and foremost, like I said, I should tell you, let's see. Let's go to what is on the show for today, right? Let's go. Oh, wait. Okay, I thought I put it here. Let me go. Okay, wait. Let me just show you guys what is on. Let's see. What's on the show today? Okay, come on, KB. You did all your homework. And now, okay, here's our hit list for today. This is what's coming up. So we're going to have an Angela Hill interview, obviously. We're going to talk some more about UFC San Diego. It was a great night. Chidi Vera picked up an incredible win in the main event, so we will talk about that. We're also going to have Chidi's choice for Usman versus Edwards with a, I should have gotten it ready. I don't know if I got it ready. I was going to say I had a bonus version. I might be able to give you guys the bonus version of Rockhold versus Costa. I don't know. I didn't do all the graphics and everything yet, so I'm actually going to put that on hold, and I'll just put that one out later. Last week, Chidi did say Dominic was going to win. So Chidi was incorrect last week, but Dom was looking really good at the beginning. But Chidi's record lately has been very, very, very strong. So we got to see what he says. But then also, yeah, we are going to have a thing we're calling Nope. Okay, so here's, why won't that go away? Come on, Karen, fix the graphic. Yeah, so I saw Nope the other day. And we don't want to give spoilers. And for those of you who have seen it, maybe we'll get into sort of what you thought of it. But I don't really want to give spoilers because Renato has not seen Nope yet. But really, we wanted to talk about things you would never do, right? Nope. Like, nope, not going to happen. So things that you will not do, we want to get into some of that kind of stuff. So we will be talking about that a little bit later. I have a feeling when Angie's here too, we'll probably get into some hard rock stuff and things like that, which reminds me that I have my Metallica drumstick that Lars Ulrich signed it. I can see it from here. I meant to grab it for show and tell, which is especially good on the audio portion of the podcast. Right? Do I wait? Do I have crickets? I thought I had crickets on this, but I don't. I just have That's how you feel about visual aids on a audio podcast. At any rate, we'll be getting to that. And we will also, we always love a Q&A with you guys. And there's some other MMA news going on that we can get into as well. But yeah, just in general, what is it? It's like mid-August. I'm sure for a lot of you, the kids have gone back to school. My daughter went back to school last week. That's rough. For those of us in Los Angeles, the drive to school sucks. So much traffic here. At any rate, yes. Let's see. Okay. Hey, whoever bet that Tommy's saying whoever bet the $10,000 is smart. I only bet like $20 on Angie, but when I seen everyone doubting Angie, I was so confused. Okay. I didn't know. Maybe there was a big payout on her. I didn't realize that. I would say, Angie was the underdog, and I have some facts on her. This was like the first fight that she won as an underdog. I also have some stats on her because she busted her ass. She's now on the leaderboard with the people who have the most significant strikes of all time in the UFC. So I will pull that one. Hey, look at this. I got it right here. And we'll also get into it when she's here. But listen, Angela Hill became the 8th fighter in UFC history to connect with 1,500 or more significant strikes in a UFC career. She officially stands at 1,572 significant strikes landed, which is the 7th most all time. We're not saying all time chicks. We're not saying all time skirts. We're not saying all time all time. So that's up there with the dude. So my girl is showing out. Very proud of her. Not gonna lie, was nervous because Angie usually gets hosed on decisions. So when it went to a decision, I actually tweeted out, and I didn't want people to misunderstand me. I tweeted out and I go, split decision for Angie, because I think she won at least 2 rounds. And then I was like, oh wait, I said that one time, and somebody's like, if you were a judge, you would pick a split. They didn't understand what. So I was like, no, this is what I feel like the judges are going to say, because she is known for her split decisions. But I thought this is the time is going to go her way. So I was predicting it was going to be a split for Angie, and then the words unanimous came out, and God, that was awesome. So I was very happy to hear unanimous decision. That feels good, and she was working for the finish, and that's something that, if you guys follow us on what happened was, that's something that she's been really working toward and building toward. So we will get into that. She's really trying to hone her finishing instincts and get that finish. And as you guys probably all saw, there was a lot of evolution for her in this fight. So it's really great. It's funny. What is it? Is it Big J all day? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Where is Angie? Where is Renato? It's funny that you ask, because look at that. It looks like, wow. Oh my goodness. It's only 10 minutes. Like the favela Wi-Fi must be working.
Listen to me. You're not.
Wait, I say that, Renato. I welcome you. And there you go. And you're on a frozen screen with the busted ass Cricket Wireless. You're literally frozen on my screen right now. Hi. There you are. Hi.
I'm frozen?
No, now you're back. Or you're not. You're here. How's that? Hi.
I'm back. Can I tell you something?
What? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Renato, though, by the way. I meant to give you a nice warm welcome. Hi.
That's the most important.
It is.
I
got to fix my lighting. Hold on.
Fix them titties while you're at it.
What do you mean fix them?
Smash them together some more.
They're not going to change.
I was just thinking about, for some reason, what you said, they're not going to change?
Yeah.
That one.
They're real. I don't know if they're spectacular, but they are real. And they're not going to get any bigger or different during the show. So it is what it is, bro.
Watch. I can plump those up if I'm, doing some stuff.
I don't know what you said because you're breaking up.
Okay. I'll try something else then.
Okay, get off the Wi-Fi. I think your Wi-Fi stinks. And I think if you just go to cellular, you're better off. There you are. Hi. Okay, he's gone. Again, I know that this is especially exciting for those of you listening to the audio podcast now, which we have made available, which I have made There's no, I made it available. But anyway, Renato will come back. We have actually found out that his Cricket Wireless doesn't work, or the Cricket Wi-Fi doesn't work as well as the Cricket Wireless. So I think he's just going to turn the Wi-Fi off and get on the cellular, which works really a lot better. Yeah, I know. He has Chidi service. You're completely correct. Unk needs to get, dude, Cortez, you don't even know, like, it's, if any of you, and I know a lot of you have been here for a while, which I love. You guys know the trials and tribulations of Renato and the favela Wi-Fi. Like, it's a thing. And he last week, bless his heart, said that he went over to, whatever his Wi-Fi provider, his internet provider, was in line, got a new router, got a new modem, got a new, all the stuffs. And he's trying. I know he's trying. But he's cursed the cricket. The cricket. Yeah. Okay. Bridge payments. Do you think he's got his Wi-Fi on like layaway or something? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Jay Crockett? I'm not sure, but that's pretty funny. Okay. So here I am losing my stuff. So anyway, Renato will be coming back. And, Angie may or may not make it here on the show before Renato does. But like I said, we are going to get into some stuff and predictions for this weekend. But also we want to talk about some MMA news. There's a couple of fights that got announced. That Lawler-Ponzinibbio one is kind of tasty. Some news with Paige Van Zandt not going to be able to do her bare knuckle fight this weekend. So that is a bummer. But yeah, we're going to get into, like I said, nope, the stuff that you just won't do. You just won't do. It's a little tip of the hat for me. Skydiving's on my list. It's not going to happen. Never going to just willfully jump out of a plane and go, today, I know every day you basically have a 50% chance of dying, yes or no. Skydiving to me feels like I'm really asking for it, though. Like I'm really trying to up that odd to like a 75 or like an 80 to 1. Today's the day I'm going to die. So that's why I don't skydive. And thankfully, my kid said she won't either, because it was one of those things where I was like, it's a few things where I'm like, please don't ever do this. And skydiving is one of them. Okay, wait, we're getting a message. My beeper. Could you guys remember beep? Oh my God, poor Renato. Okay, so he's saying he was on the phone with Netgear. They said they fixed the problem. He's so mad right now. He wants to throw the thing out the window. I'm very sorry. I totally understand. Again, for those of you listening to the audio of this, listening to me text Renato, I don't know. Like, I know Peabody Awards are for television. I already think we're going into the Museum of Television and Radio, but we might be up for all kinds of awards. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry that this is so riveting. But how I'm just going to tell him no Wi-Fi and just use what is it called, right? Like what is it? Just the cell instead of just use the cell. I don't know. I don't know. It sucks. And Renato is probably so mad right now that he needs to just take a breather. But you know what I'm going to do then? That means I'm just going to welcome in my girl. Here comes Angela Hill. What up, baby girl? How are you?
Hey, can you hear me? I tried to move my
yeah, I
tried to move my setup to a more casual
Are we
place.
where you're doing the ceremonial weigh-in now? Or are we doing the ceremonial weigh-in stitch?
Oh yes, we are. This is my new area, but it's all off center.
But you got a weird lean going on. Like you gotta fix it.
I know. I'm like yeah. I tried to do something new and fucked it up. Hey.
So hey girl, hey. So listen, Renato will be back. He has some connectivity issues. Like I feel so bad for him because it's like an ongoing thing. And obviously you and I know, like we've gone through this and like had our frustrations and you do everything. You literally think you do everything. And I feel so bad because like He's been at the office. He's swapped out the router, the modem. He's literally done everything. I totally believe him. And he's paid all the money and he's still getting effed on it. And it's a bummer.
Maybe he's just saying he did it and he's like, fix it next week. That was my move.
Yeah, I was going to say, you never really know, like, oh, my bad. I'm going to get to it.
Like,
well, Ryan is saying, you're looking good, overkill.
Thank you.
What up, Paul Mann saying, hey, yo, hey. Oh. The Ender Ben says, call me Kate Bush because I want to run up that hill. Oh,
gosh. I mean, when it's creative, you can't be mad at it. You know, like I've never heard that before. That was
that was really good. That was
quality.
Really good. Hey, look at that victory smile, dropping loot, saying, look at that victory smile. So yes, we should say you are on your victory lap. You were picked up the win in the featured prelim at UFC San Diego. I was there in the building. Thank goodness. It was so great to see that win. But I got to ask you first and foremost, like when it went to the cards, were you like, God, dude, I mean, like how much praying were you doing?
I wasn't though. Like I was just like, yo, it was me. Like no matter what. And that's kind of been how I've had to approach fights since this became a trend. Like the trend is to screw me. I had to just approach it and just be like, you know what, no matter what happens, I'm very proud of this performance. And it's not because, you know, I tried really hard, it's because I won, you know, and that's how I felt going into that. And watching the video, I don't remember doing all that. Like I don't remember going.
You kicked ass and you did all kinds of stuff you haven't done before.
Yeah, but like even when they were reading the scorecards, I don't remember being like, yo, it was me, because I was in the moment like that. I was possessed by the person who knew they won. So it's funny, I didn't actually think about it until they read the score, and then I was like, yay, oh yeah, that's different. I got a decision. Cool.
Well, good. Yeah, because literally, like I was telling people before you got here, I was like, I had tweeted out, like, I think the judges are going to say split decision for Angie, right? So, because at least this time I was like, these mothercrackers are going to get it right. Like, they got to get it right this time. But I still thought they were going to give you a split decision. Like, I still thought they were going to F you. You know what I mean? A little bit.
Yeah.
Just take a little bit of shine away. I really did think that. And then when they said by unanimous, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, because that's how it should be. Hey, by the way, let's welcome him back in. He's frustrated, but he's with us now, ladies and gentlemen. Renato Laranja is back.
Hello.
We were just saying how great it is that this time Angie got a unanimous decision her way. And I was saying I wasn't nervous because I really thought it was a clear victory for her, but I did still think the judges were somehow going to F her and make it a split decision instead of a unanimous.
I felt the same way. I was surprised that they didn't. Yeah, that when I heard unanimous, I knew it was her when it was unanimous. But before that, I was like, here we go with this fucking bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard there was a couple other ones that were kind of weird, right? I wasn't paying attention, but
yeah, I didn't either. I didn't watch all the fights that night. I only watched the key ones that I wanted to pay attention to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel so special.
I'll tell you what, you are special. Now that you won, you're very special to me.
The stock went up.
Yeah, now we can make something happen. Now suddenly you're more attractive.
She's married, Renato.
What that ever had to do with the price of tea in China or in Scotland or whatever? You've been having Earl Grey. Now you have to have a sweet black or whatever, sweet tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up on sweet tea though, so the Earl Grey was exotic for me.
You can dabble in that one. But let me to give you some praise for your fight, okay? So I don't know if you got into the ins and outs and the nooks and cranny of that one.
Not yet, no.
Nah.
Okay, so I want to say that this kind of performance, it might be one of my favorite of all time of you because it had a little sprinkle of every stuff you could want out of a fight, you know? I mean, like if you was the hero of the movie, because right off the bat, you got cracked by a high hand, you know? That was pretty, I could tell that chick hit hard.
Yeah.
That one hang you bell, no?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was
it looked like it did.
No, it did. Like I didn't think it did that much, and then I watched the tape back, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Don't
She got
remember
one
that
time.
happening.
And then so I thought, oh, come on, please don't let it just be one of these, like, just a shitty night or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you locked right in there, and you showed that grit where it's like, nah, fuck that, I'm coming back. But then I feel like, I don't remember if it was like a kick that she partially blocked or if it was one of your first flying knee. But one of those things happened, and it felt like it just fucked her all up. Like it felt like you guys reverse switched holes, you know?
Yeah. She was not having fun. Like halfway through the second round, or halfway through the first round, I could tell. Like, even though she started off strong, she was fading already.
Oh yeah.
And it was, I think the knee really fucked her up. Like
it was the knee, no? Yeah.
It was the knee was great.
Because I landed a jab. I remember landing like a real stiff jab after that, and she started messing with her nose. I'm like,
I was thinking, did she broke her nose or no?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope so, because I got the panda eyes right now. So I'm like, I better have broken that bitch's nose at least. But
to be honest, I can't even tell.
I can't tell either.
I got the concealer on, which I wanted to do my face up to prove to you, Karyn, that you can do broadcast and you can have a black eye. It's fine.
Okay, can I do a broadcast and have a black guy though?
You can have
it all. In fact, it's preferable.
No, it's funny that you say
the man has been holding me back for so long.
The man keeping you down. It's funny that you say that though. Literally today, as I was bringing my kid home from school, we passed where Cobrinha's jiu-jitsu place. Cobrinha, Aurora used to study with Cobrinha, and I literally was telling her, hey, I've actually been thinking about taking jiu-jitsu because I actually think I would be pretty good at it. I'm very flexible, but I also love the puzzle element of it. I love puzzles. And so I was telling her, I said, not for nothing, I've actually been thinking about going to take jiu-jitsu. But again, it's because of, I don't want a gi burn. Because I want to do gi. I prefer gi to no gi, which we've talked about. And so I was like, well, I just don't want a gi burn. So I need to be with people I really trust. But it's funny that you say that, because literally just hours ago, I was talking about training.
Makeup is amazing.
I'll tell you what about gi burn. If I don't think there's any way, even if you're going with somebody you love and you trust and is the best ever, if you got our kind of skin, you're gonna get gi burn.
Right. And so I can't do it.
That's not great. But why is it that you think you needed gi jiu-jitsu versus no gi?
It's not that I need it. I prefer it. I like it. I like the idea
is it that you prefer about it?
I like the idea of like the collar chokes. I like the idea of, as frustrating as that is. Adam, you need some?
Oh no. Yeah, Adam brought me a drink.
Oh, nice. No, I was just gonna say, as frustrating as it is when I'm watching jiu-jitsu, when I see sometimes like, the gi, they're pulling it off or whatever. But like the fact that you can sort of weaponize the gi too, I think is pretty cool. But I don't know. For me, that just seems a little bit more interesting, like the various leverage and things that you can do with it. To me, that's interesting.
I like the wedgies.
It can be very interesting. It can also be, it really depends on what you like. No gi jiu-jitsu is move a lot faster and it's more action packed. Gi jiu-jitsu can spend a lot of time taking somebody's fingers off of your garment. And it all depends on what you want to do. If you like it, if you like that, you're gonna love the gi jiu-jitsu. If you like someone grabbing your garment.
What I also think, though, Renato, on a serious tip, in terms of self-defense, a gi jiu-jitsu for a woman is better, because if you ever got jumped, the dude's probably not going to be naked or nearly naked in a rash guard. Like, I would like to know how to use his clothes against him. Like, literally, that's the point.
All that stuff is very important,
Yeah.
All that stuff. But
I'm not doing no hover guard with you. I'm going to take it from somebody else.
But that remains to be seen. But just remember, you can also do all the same technique. The no gi. I can't believe I'm even saying these things, but you can do all those same things. Even don't tell anybody if somebody's wearing clothes. Like if you're a hustler and you want to check someone down, if they wearing clothes, you can still hassle them to the ground, you know?
Well, Angie, didn't you do high rollers with Renato? Like, weren't you? Didn't you do?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, we commentated there. Yeah, that was no gi.
That was one of the highlight of her career. That's gonna be on her tombstone.
Getting your breath breathed on me.
Yeah, with Alizé breath.
Yeah.
Head passion. Hey.
That's
now, I'll
funny.
tell you what. Yeah, your grandchildren is probably gonna be like that. They're gonna chug. They're gonna be, Grandma, is it true? Hey, Grandma, is it true you used to go out with Renato? Oh no, honey, I could have, but I met your father. I met your grandfather. And
we just hooked up though. But yeah,
oh God.
Let's getting back to the fight though. Like Renato said, Loopy came out really strong. And we knew. So this is a fight you guys were scheduled to fight in October. Let's kind of back it up a little bit because I do think this is kind of interesting. So how did it even arise that you guys fought last weekend instead of October?
I got a call from my manager on Tuesday. It was like 10 days out from like fight day. So the Tuesday before the fight. And he was like, hey, you want to fight in San Diego? And I'm like, hell yeah. And he's like, you want to do 125? And I'm like, nah, that's too big. Like I'm 125 right now. So he went back and forth with Mick, and then we like settled on 120, and we were gonna do it in San Diego. And I guess it they didn't specify why, but I assume it's because they lost a few fights, including the Sarah McMahon one. So I was like, oh,
and
cool.
I think Grasso too was supposed to be on it. And they lost
okay.
Another. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I needed a little more feminine energy for the San Diego card. So they bumped us up. And of course, Loopy's a gamer too. So she was down to do it as well. And then we made the fight happen. But I wanted the 115. We didn't do it. But when I was cutting weight, I wasn't mad at it.
I was just gonna say those extra 5 pounds probably because like you said, you kind of walk around only a few pounds over. So to only weigh in at $120 was probably pretty easy.
Yeah, like I tried to beef myself up the weekend or the weekend before. So I tried to eat so I get like a little bigger and actually have a weight cut to happen. But I evened out by the time we did the water cut. So it was like a 5 pound cut. And then I gained 5 pounds and fought. So I fought at 125, basically.
But by the way, sidebar, F you for having to eat to bulk up to get to $125. F you
I know.
Much.
I
F
hate
you
it
very much.
I hate it. I'm so unlucky. But that's what happens when you burn like 10,000 calories a day. Like when you're training that much, when you're training 3-4 hours a day, then it's hard to keep it on.
I know the feeling. Oh, poor her. So much.
I look at somebody else's sandwich and I gain a pound.
If you're in the gi, you only need to train 1 hour instead of 4 because
flush you out.
Oh, I'll sweat a lot.
I was doing a seminar in Houston one time in like August in Houston. And I literally almost passed out. The fucking place had no AC. And I literally started, you know when you almost get choked out unconscious, but then you don't go there, but it go like
the fans.
Your whole world is that happened to me from nothing. Like I was standing there and I was like, oh God, are you? And I was like, oh shit, I need some water or something. I was drenched in that fucking gi, boy.
Yeah, you were cutting weight. That's what my weight cut felt like. I'm like, I know I'm fat and I got a lot of weight to lose, but I'm still hot and uncomfortable and I hate this.
Okay.
Well, listen, this guy is saying, William Hill saying, glad to see my sis got the decision to go right for her this time, finally. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because in hindsight now, with the stuff in the rear view and you got the win, but I know, it is tough. So let's talk about, the fact that you were going into this, the last couple fights didn't go your way. Like, how did you psych yourself up for this one? Because, I felt like the fight with Jandiroba, like you showed a lot of evolution. And I said the same thing to Eric Anders after his fight with the Tortuga guy or whatever, like the Korean guy that was so tough. But like you can see when people are learning things, right? And you can see when they're going, I got some new skills. I'm taking them out the toolbox and I'm trying them out. And like I'm working, like you could see it. So the stuff that you were doing with Verna, I could see it. And then this time I felt like, okay, cool. Now it's like she's more comfortable with these new things and she's more able to put them in play and use them to her advantage. Like, is that how you felt in this one? Like stuff that you've been working on when you had the light bulb moments in training, like you were actually able to implement them now in a fight?
Yeah, but it's also the level of competition too, because everyone that I've been getting either screwed over by or just getting beaten legitimately by are ranked, and those girls are ranked for a reason. They have a lot of experience. They have camps, coaches that have dealt with like all that they had to deal with to get to that level. So you like, it's not just you having experience, but your coaches have experience. I feel like any person that I fight that's at Loopy's level, I'm gonna be able to out veteran, I'm going to be able to figure shit out before they can, just because I have that experience over them, unless they're just a crazy finisher, like with Loopy, I was a little nervous because of the wrestling, I wasn't sure how good her wrestling was, but I was able to prove that her wrestling isn't as good as Verna's. And I do think my takedown offense got better since that fight, because we were just working on how to react properly if you do get taken down. And then I was super happy about that, like guillotine sweep. I was so happy about that,
nice.
man.
That was very nice. Yeah.
Like that little moment. Like I have video of me training twice a week with my coach, Johnny Faria up at Alliance. And yay, yeah. Y'all like are tight in the West Coast and everything.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Of course, he was,
Yeah, he's fucking sick, man, and his traps are crazy. Like, I'm like, if I could get a reaction from him, then I know I'm gonna get a reaction from her,
Yeah.
But we were just.
Oh wait, I thought you meant traps, and then I realized you meant traps, like BJJ traps.
No,
like,
I did mean traps.
You did mean traps. Oh, I thought you meant like he sets up traps.
No,
So
his neck is huge.
You can get chokes on that.
Yeah.
I gotta one of the things that you had was you was just fucking relentless with this chick, like you would never give her a minute to breathe,
Yeah.
And if you wasn't in that kind of shape, because there was a certain time where she felt like she was getting tired, it looked like, and I don't know if that also had to do with the nose problems, which you created, but I was like, it was like you look like you was maybe a weight class, even though you was taller, you look like you was so much less weight than her. But it was like you was like thicker. Like meow, 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 meow. You know what I mean? Poking with that fucking jab, and then then the yeah. I mean, that was fun to watch. I was very proud of you in there. And it was an exciting fight,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Have hast on your laurel at the end, and you kind of gave her one of those, like, come on, bitch, let's go. You gave him a little.
It's BFS. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
And just to see, to put the finishings, Parmesan on top of that one,
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I felt that confident during a fight in a long time, and I think it's not just the level of the person, but it's just having a solid understanding of every position, and that was my theory going into it. I was hopeful that would be the case, that just because she didn't, anything I saw on tape, I'm like, okay, I know the counter to this. I know the counter to that. I know what to do here. I know what to do there. And it wasn't the same with the Verna fight. There were a lot of weird things. I was like, what? How'd she do that? Like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
So that was the big difference in the grappling department. But I still, I feel like I'm just a completely different fighter this time. And the more I become comfortable and just doing everything, the more I'm going to start dominating. And I felt good about going for takedowns too. I felt very safe on the ground with her. And I think that's something no one expected. And that was probably the sweetest part of this fight, is just saying a big fuck you to everyone that thought I was going to lose, like fuck you to everyone that thought I was going to get out grappled and thought that, my past performances weren't going to play into this one. They're just looking at the best new thing that's out there and counting me out, even though you can see it in the tape, like in my previous fights, like I have the skills to beat this person. So I was a 3-1 underdog in that fight.
I thought that. I was
crazy.
And that's why I did that booty post where I was like, Fat Ange coming to fuck up your parlays, because I'm like 3-1. All right, y'all, I got you. I dare you to bet on her. Yeah.
And then for you to have you have so much more fight than any female ever in the UFC. And so like for them to you literally hold the record for that.
The disrespect.
Sleep on you.
Yeah. And
I had mentioned
it's gonna be more.
And well, that's what I was gonna say. I mentioned it before. Hold on, I wanted to just do it while you're here too. But Renato, to your point, so she's now like in the record books with the wait, here she stands alone. Okay, so you that's the wrong one. But you're on the record board now. You have the 7th most significant strikes landed out of everybody. Like not even
that one.
Oh yeah, no. I was reading it before at the beginning of the show. I just need to find the email again. But like more, it's not even just like, oh, you have it, more than like chicks. It's like, no, you straight up just have the most or 7th most significant strikes ever landed in a UFC fight.
Oh, so at least there's more men. Some men's is ahead of that one.
Just a couple.
No,
6 men.
Just 6.
I don't know who's above her, but yes.
How can
the
she
cool
do
thing?
Man,
how can she do more than a man?
Yeah,
No.
We always work harder, man. Women always work harder. That's why we're put on this world, to keep y'all in check.
Well, why they pay that one less if they're working harder?
Exactly. That's a great question, Renato.
I know. If we knew our worth, then
it's a fantastic question. Here's the stat.
Yeah.
Angela Hill became the 8th fighter in UFC history to connect with 1,500 or more significant strikes in a UFC career. She officially stands at 1,572 significant strikes, the 7th most of all time.
Hey.
And that is pretty dang awesome.
I drink to that. Yeah, I got to keep climbing. What's the top? Do you know what the top is?
I don't know on that email. I didn't get
like
the people above you. I'm trying to think who's a volume person. I mean, gosh, I'm not sure.
I bet Max is up there.
It's probably Max. It's up right because Max, I remember said
I know Joanna was up there too.
Right. They said I remember Joanna, I think Joanna and Zhang Wei Li, and I also remember, like Max and I don't know if it was Max and Ricardo Lamas or somebody that they had set like a significant strike record. It could have even actually been Volk too, or Volk rather. But yeah, they set like single fight significant strike landed records and stuff like that. But whatever, overall, that's badass.
Yay.
Yeah, because that means you have to last even. Not only do you have to perform well, but you gotta last that long enough in the UFC to be able to attain that one.
Yeah, and
yes,
you have to.
Fighting guys, you're not fighting men, but you're fighting women, and that's okay. It's not your fault.
The punches that I get hit with aren't as hard, so
yeah, they
so I didn't die.
It's like a pillow fight. Just go like, "Hey, I'm mad at you. You have eyes for Renato Laranja. No, I hate you, caralho." And you go like, "I scratch your eyes out, caralho."
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Ange. This person is saying, Colby Camp is saying you're looking more feminine than you did back in the day. I will say this. I disagree. I think you've always looked feminine. But I do remember at one point during the fight, I was like, look at baby girl's hair. Like I remember at one point I was like, because you could have the extra weight, right? So I was like, because all those braids would have usually maybe like hindered you making 115, right? And so there was one point when you had Loopy up against the fence and you were like, dude, and literally my brain was like, look at her hair. I was like that looks so good. And then I remember thinking to myself, like, yeah, she usually can't have that much hair, those long braids. And like I went on this whole side thing about your hair, but I agree, it looks great.
I fought with braids before though. I did like 2 fights with braids, but these ones were a little thicker, so I had to cut them just because I didn't want to give her any extra pounds. So I was like, and it was kind of in the way too. Like I felt like if I got caught in a rear naked choke and got out, and they saw my big ass braid, they would have been like, she's cheating. So. The braids they can act like an extra set of hands in there protecting your neck sometimes. So I didn't want to look like a cheater, but this one's still kind of.
Hey, some of these guys have beards like this, like Essential Claus.
See, the men do the beards exactly. It's all about that.
And I was thinking of like Sokuju type guys with the hair with the big dreads and stuff. So I knew it was allowed, but I still wanted to not have it super heavy.
As more feminine than. They might think of an afro as being like a unisex, you know? No, I mean,
it is, I guess.
If he's not used to a afro, he think of that, you know. I maybe he see Alex Caceres and go, well, they have the same hairstyle.
Well, they do that a lot.
they do that a lot. Oh, hey, listen, that's not as bad as a couple weeks ago when they replaced Leon Edwards with Jamal Hill's picture on the cover.
Oh, that was great. That was so great. Wow. Like, how they make him that small?
Right. Everybody's like, dang, he just beat Santos and now he's challenging for the welterweight title, yo.
Oh, man.
That was bad.
He does have like a smaller upper body, though. Like, until he stands up, he doesn't really he doesn't really look like a light heavy until he stands up.
That's what we were saying. If you saw Maheta and him get into a bar fight, and you didn't know either of them, you would probably try to save Jamal. Be like, please don't anger the guy. You know what I mean?
No, sit back down. You know? And then he stands up, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess you got it.
He's like a normal guy's chest and arms, you know?
Yeah.
He does.
Well, on our podcast on Angie, Angie and I did what had happened was, which for people who have asked, we're just like on hiatus, and we'll probably bring it back at some point, but it's on hiatus now. Angie's real busy with like 7 other podcasts and different shows. So
and fighting.
and fighting. But we actually had Jamal on the show. Yeah. And that was one of the things. And then people gave me so much grief because I actually asked him about like maybe cutting to middleweight. And everybody was like, yo, KB, like you were so mean. You basically just called Jamal like lazy. And I was like, no, I didn't say he was lazy. It's just that, like you said, Renato, other people in that division sort of wear it differently, right? Yeah. And Jamal doesn't wear it the same way. And so it makes you think, hey, maybe he could cut to 85 or something. People used to say that about Shogun too. And then it's like you see them and you're like, no, they can't cut to 85.
But you know who I always thought, and I don't know how this could be possible or whatever, but as great as DC was, okay?
Yeah, he could have cut.
What he was doing to heavyweights and all that. Imagine if he was like, he looked like he has so much fat to get hit of. He could have been 185. Imagine him at 170.
Oh, man.
I know, but DC loves food. Bless his heart.
I know, but just imagine just one hunt of like 3 fights or something, just to see what would happen.
I would have loved to see it.
Some people just big boned though, man.
He would have demolished because look, when you see DC in real life, he's a very unimposing figure.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
well, not now. Now he's very imposing.
Oh, cause
he's got that retirement. Well,
But for some reason, like you see him, he don't look very Charles. He don't look very like
He's not a scary guy. Like Maheta looks scary. DC does not look scary.
DC's like a bear. Like you can tell he's strong as shit, but he also has like the hibernation. He's ready.
He's eating those honey buns and stuff and barbecue. But I remember seeing one time Stephan Bonner in person hitting like the heavy bag or whatever and kicking it and shit, and he had his shirt off and stuff. And he looked scary as fuck. I mean, he looked way bigger than I imagined, and he looked mean. And I said, "Oh, caralho!" And certain people like that, but DC is probably much worse to fight than Stephan Bonner. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you look at the two of them, you go, caralho, I'll check DC. If you didn't know them, you know?
Yeah. That's why I love MMA. It's like almost any matchup you can take. it's usually the person who doesn't look like a monster that's going to be the monster. So that's why MMA is pretty cool.
It's cool. Well, and to your point, I mean, that's the thing, because looking at you, and Renato, you were saying this a few minutes ago, like, you know, even though you were quote unquote fat Ange, like Loopy looks thicker. Loopy looked bigger. She, you know, you've always been one of the more sort of lean strawweights, and there are girls like your Andrages and stuff like that when she was at 15, like that were just more yoked, and you've always had a longer, taller frame and leaner and stuff. And so I do think, yeah, that a lot of people were concerned if the wrestling exchanges were going to happen. They thought Loopy was going to be more strong and more powerful and able to hold you down and stuff like that. And so you were saying it's, you know, you've been facing great and really tough competition, and she isn't ranked. But so for you now, you know, A, how did you feel about getting somebody who wasn't ranked? And B, you know, moving forward, then who do you see in your sights? Because obviously you want to get back to fighting ranked girls, right?
Yeah. I'm all right with whoever. Like I've been pretty honest about it, but before I got the matchup for Loopy, it was right after the Vienna fight. I felt like I just got outclassed, and I was like, "Hey Brian," to my manager, "Hey Brian, what do you think if they give me someone like Easy next time?" And then they gave me her, and I was like, "Fuck you guys."
Like, you've never gotten an easy fight.
Like, what the fuck? Like, that
ever. You never got an easy fight.
I'm like, you guys said that you would think about it. And then they gave me her. So instead of getting someone who was ranked and hard, I got someone who was unranked and also very hard. And like in saying that she's unranked isn't a diss to her, because I feel like I was just a test, you know, to see if she belongs up there or not. But I think if they had given her a different test, if they had given her a bunch of other girls in top 10 right now, she would have smashed them. You know, she would have done. Yeah, she would have done her game plan. She would have dropped them with a big hook, taken them down, sat on them while they try to recover. And I just was able to show that I'm better than that. I'm better than her, at least. And you know, she doesn't get a ticket into the top 5 by beating me, but maybe she can beat someone else. I definitely feel like she has the ability to.
She fell in love with the power. I mean, it seemed like she just in her mind was hell bent to knock you out, or to, you know, to catch you with a punch instead of to hustle a few more, you know.
Well, I think the knees to the face, and the body shots too. A lot of people aren't really talking about it, but yeah, the body shots.
A couple of those. You know, when you gave her a little, almost like shoe shine, but onto the body, it was like at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like it took like a bit of the wind out of her sails, but it also made her scared to change level, because you know.
You caught her with an uppercut too.
Yeah,
and then you shot on her like in round 3. You were shooting for takedowns.
Yeah, like I got her down. I felt like if I had more time, I could have choked her out.
That one where you had the back,
Yeah, I had her back for a second. Like I've had 2 seconds, so I went for an armbar. I needed more time. I needed a lot more time. But if I had more time, I could have just like hit her, softened her up, and gone for that choke. So, and these are all positions that I'm winning in training. You know, these are all things that I'm doing in training that I just needed to do in front of everyone. And that was the big thing. I was kind of like the you know, that like WB frog, the Michelin frog or whatever. Like that's what I was. In training, I'm like, hello my baby, hello my honey, you know, like fucking killing it. And then when I get out there and in front of everyone, is like ribbit, you know, I get fucking taken down.
I swear to God, she was doing it in the fucking gym.
Yeah. Like my coach is like, do the thing. And I'm like, huh? And then get fucking taken down. Instead of just knowing the thing before they say it. And this time I felt like before they said it, I was already doing the thing that they were calling for. So they just they just reinforce, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Keep doing it. And it's just like a lot of synchronicity in this fight between me and my corners. Every time Adam told me to throw the scissor knee, don't tell anybody, that's a call. But every time Adam said scissor, I threw like the jump and switch knee. Scissor.
You gotta change that one, the name now. Can't do that, man.
Well, they'll just think I'm talking about something else.
Yeah, or talk maybe a name of somebody who like to do a scissorings. And
Yeah.
just
Oh, okay.
I mean that one.
It was just like scissors sisters.
I was just
Scissor.
gonna say sister to be like
Scissors sisters.
girls, 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 girls. You know what I mean?
Girls. I got a question. There was, I think, a couple time in the fight where you had her against the cage, throwing punches, and then you just went for like the single leg. Okay, now it kind of looked like you didn't even think you was gonna complete that one. You just wanted to change the look up a little bit. Is that correct? Yeah.
I like getting to the body lock from it. So going from the single to
Yeah,
the body
I like
lock.
that.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's much. You can sell out on the body lock position before you can sell out on the single leg. So I like just doing that to get there. But she was able to kind of push back when I get the leg. So I was just using it to punch her. Really, like after a while, I was just like,
Getting close, yeah.
Yeah, because she would defend so hard. So I'm like, okay, her hands are way down, boom, right over the shoulder. And that was, it just kind of flowed that way. Like I felt like if I had less reaction on the single, then I would have dumped her. But even looking back at the fight, I watched it today. And I'm like, man, I should have just dumped her. Like I should have gone hard for the single instead of using it to punch her, because then I could have hit her more and she wouldn't have been able to hit me back. So like there's still things I feel like I could have done better. But
do you feel that the cage get in the way of trying to go from the single to the body lock there? Or that don't bother you?
Nah, because you can yank it. You can yank them forward. So like if you get the single leg, you can like kind of pull them forward. It takes their back off of the fence, and then you can get around their body in that split second that they're reacting to being pulled forward. So that's what I usually do when I feel that space isn't there. I'll like push them up on the fence, then kind of pull them towards me and grab the body. But this time instead, I just went, fuck your leg, boom.
I think that was the high call, to be honest.
Yeah. But that takedown that I got was super easy, and it was from getting double unders and just pulling her over my leg. So that's another one that we've been working on for a long time, and now it felt so easy in the fight. I'm like, damn, I need to do that more often. Hey, sister. It's like Sister Soldier, only
exactly,
only
because people are slicing and dicing. But yeah, the sister scissor. But so this person's asking, Ange, were you trying to get the submission?
I would have loved to. I think.
Do you have submission finishes?
No, I don't. Yeah. But I should. Like I could
for the guillotine.
I went for the guillotine, but like I didn't really commit to it. Like I was in deep, but when she rolled, I was like, all right, let's get up. I should have, like I could have really committed to it, like snapped her down and then just sunken it in again and get that elbow nice and high. But I don't know. I felt like the momentum, she was fighting it really well once we flipped over. So I felt like it would be less energy to just let her go and hit her again than to waste it on it. But like that was like one of my big confidence moments, I think. Being able to flip her over, and then as she was recovering, like she's running away from me, and I'm like, nah, come here, bitch. So like that was I think the biggest confidence moment for me.
I remember exactly the moment you're talking about. Because that was the moment that the two announcers went all in for you on that one. Like like, oh, she's looking very good here tonight. Like that was when it was like, oh, okay, this is her fight now.
But like Renato said at the beginning, you did get tagged, and so like, how did that feel? What do you remember? Do you remember that punch? Do you remember sort of trying to get yourself together and regroup in round one? Because same, like he said, it starts and this and that. I'm like, gosh, dang it. Like, come on. Like, don't let this end early. Don't let my girl have a scrap. Like, come on. Like, let's go. And then, like he said, you recovered from it, but it looked painful. And the guys calling, Brendan and Mike were like, that might have been a flash KO type thing. Like where like Angie, maybe not flash KO, but they were just sort of like, like you had to regroup. Like, was it as bad as they were commenting? Like, how did you feel in the moment?
I felt like I recovered pretty fast. I think like the first punch was bad, and then a couple after that would like make me re-go. Oh, okay, still bad, But then, like that was all when I rewatched the fight. That was all in the first minute of the round. So I'm like, oh shit, that felt like forever, but it was just the first minute. And after that first minute, I was good. Like I'm watching what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm there. Like I'm totally there. I'm like ducking punches and weaving and coming back and pushing her against the fence. So it was really that first minute that I was in trouble.
Yeah.
And I think she just tried really hard to get me out of there and started missing them with punches, and that's when she realized, oh shit, like this girl isn't gonna go away. So yeah, like I think my chin has always served me well, but now that I'm in fight number 20 in the UFC, maybe I'm getting hit a little. Maybe you could tell that I'm getting hit a little more than back in the day. But like another thing with this fight was because we were pretty much like outside of fight camp, I was really only grappling. I was really mostly just like doing conditioning and grappling, conditioning, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. And I was doing pad work as well, but I wasn't sparring. So I felt like maybe in that first moment, my reactions weren't as sharp as they usually are when I'm in a fight camp.
Because you weren't sparring.
With the striking. Like I was so focused on, getting like down blocking and shit, like down blocking and switching my hips and getting out of the way of the takedown, that like my reactions up top weren't as fast as my reactions down low. But so I felt
the funny thing is, like, if you get hit in the face hard, there's a moment where you go, oh shit, like how dare you? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you
pause, the nerve, like
it's almost like if you get slapped, like in an argument in the street, if you get slapped or punched, even if it's not that hard, you go like this. Oh, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and you just feel like, oh, it's like that. You know what I mean?
Like, damn, you gonna do me like that in San Diego? In my hometown, like what the fuck?
Fucking believable.
Yo, like the disrespect. You gave me a hug when I saw you. Like,
but you guys didn't touch gloves.
We didn't.
Yeah,
we did.
You did.
We did in the last round.
Okay, but at the beginning of the fight, I don't think you touched gloves.
Oh, that's beef. That's disrespect.
Because I feel like I remember going, okay.
Yeah, I never touched gloves though.
Maybe you
like,
guys
that's not my style. Maybe she
you
just
don't touch
knew.
gloves?
I never touch gloves. Like if people they'll be like, oh, you want to touch gloves, and I'll be like,
oh no, I'm not talking about the I'm not talking about when the fight starts. I'm talking about when it's like, okay, all right, and touch gloves and come out swing. Like that part. You don't.
You didn't at the beginning. I'm seeing round one when you come out and you're like this, and then usually people sort of touch gloves, like, okay, here we go, and you guys were like, nah.
No, well, we did in the third round, but I don't like doing that because I don't know how dirty the other person is.
They might sucker punch you.
Yeah, but if they bring us in the middle and they say, "Oh, you ready? You ready? You touch gloves." They didn't do that with us. So
got it.
Yeah, but I'll always touch gloves there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't in that part, that means you got beefy. The other part is a hit or miss, because also if you got a game plan where you wanna like it involves you checking the middle or being, in a certain position, and then you're forcing yourself in a spot starting off where you didn't want it to be.
Yeah. Like the girl wants to take me down. I'm not gonna stand right in front of her.
Thing where you're like,
I get it.
Yeah.
I liked it. No, I liked it because I was like, oh, it's BFS.
I never touched gloves. Do you remember my girl Champy? She had that famous fight versus the Australian chick, and they touched gloves, and then she threw like a punch right away or threw a kick right away. But then she got check hooked, so it was pretty funny. It was like instant karma.
That is my favorite thing when somebody does that. I feel like
I
a
hate
point
that shit.
away immediately from some shit like that.
Well, and this
Yeah.
person, Ender Bender, is saying, yeah, like we're not here for patty cake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
it's
outta
like,
here.
yeah, this was, I'm like, I'm just ready to scrap. Yeah, you're making it clear. Okay, yeah. So like, yeah, so it's bad. You didn't have bad blood though, because Loopy's cool. Like she's a cool chick. And like you said, the fact that you guys were both on the same page about moving the date up. So like she's just a cool chick. Like okay.
Is that me or her?
No, that's Angie. Just
I always
disappeared for a second.
I
was just gonna say that was one thing that I really liked about it was that okay, she's back.
Well, we don't have time to talk about fight no
wait,
more.
what happened?
No, sorry.
Wait, what's
Wait.
about deal? Oh, okay.
Hey,
Okay.
there we are.
Oh, now I'm in the middle, a sandwich between.
Oh,
God, hey, ladies, there's not. Come on, God, you ladies, stop. Look, they're undressing. What's happening here?
You're taking your gi off.
I'm not that kind of.
You wish. Okay, so Ange, the question, of course, is who do you want next?
Renato Laranja.
That.
They want it now, though. Not even next for her. Now she has to have that one.
Oh my God. No, I'm in a censoring mood. So I hit a
Well, so you want Karyn Bryant? Oh,
yeah, no, I called out Carolina.
Kovalevich,
yeah.
who by the way posted, I opened up my Instagram today. I was like, oh my God, like there was like her butt everywhere. I think it was her, or was it I'm sorry, it was Marina Moroz. Sorry.
I was gonna say like, Carolina wants a fight. That's the sign.
No, I think it was Marina Moroz, but I was like, okay, there's Marina Moroz's booty this morning. Like, hi, good morning.
Little apple, little baby apple.
Then I'm not. I second that emotion because that's not too shabby.
Thank you for your support.
Kovalevich would be good though. That's a good fight.
Yeah, I just figure she just retired Felice, and I don't think there's any other girls from my era that I can fight at this point because they're all tied up in the top 3 or 4. So the only ones that are really out there is Carolina. I can't unless he could think of anyone else, but I'm like, yeah, let me fight her before she retires.
It's funny that you say that because now that I'm thinking about her, there's similarities in how you guys fight. I mean, at least on the feet. You know what I'm saying?
And you prefer to fight on the feet.
No, I'm saying not saying
I don't fight like her.
No. I'm saying maybe in the approach, like she's bouncing and she's moving. You know, she
does more volume, but she doesn't move her head, and like that's a big difference. I feel like, and she has no kicks.
High energy though, getting after it. That's kind of
no, like it'll be high octane striking.
I'm not saying the same technique. I'm just saying though your approach to like she get after it, you get after it. There's not a lot of waiting, sitting back and countering and shit. It's go forward, you know.
Yeah. No, I'll agree to that.
Yeah.
I guess. No, okay. But she's always had like just a lot of support, I felt like, and just a lot of people behind her with her style, and I always felt like I would have smashed her. So I feel like this would be a good one, and the fact that we're both kind of exploring our grappler side too. She ended up submitting Felice pretty easily. So that was pretty impressive, and I don't know, and also my girl just beat her, so I get to pick her brain again. So so it's I think it would be a good next fight for me, and then if I can come off of that with a 2-fight win streak, then I'd be really confident going into the next ranked opponent that I have to face.
It's a good strategy. I like that one.
Yeah. But if not, like, give me any of these bitches. I don't give a fuck. Fuck these hoes. They all fucking suck. They're all hiding from everyone. They don't like competition. They just like hanging around with their little number by their name. So yeah, I'm always down to scrap. I'm trying to make that bar really high for most fights in the UFC. So no one can break it when I'm done.
Nice. Well, hey, listen. So, Ange, one of the things, here on Tuesday Night Festivities, Renato and I a lot of time get into like relationship things and dating things or whatever. And you kind of alluded to it a little bit ago, but for those who don't know, your husband, Adam, is in your corner and is one of your coaches, and like if they look up his, you know, Insta or whatever, he sees you training. There's lots of stuff, but so it happens a lot with female fighters that they are either, you know, like dating their coach or end up that way or whatever. But I do know that working that close, speaking from experience, doesn't always end well.
Oh no.
So like, how do you guys balance that, right? Because you're already in a highly pressured, highly emotional, you know, business, and then to have him as your coach, like, I'm just curious how you guys make it work, honestly, because I would think that it could be difficult.
No, I think part of the reason it works is because we kind of grew up together. Like, we started in the sport together, and we were both fighters together. And when I started going the MMA route, he started going the coaching route. And so I don't know, like, we just been together for a long time. Like, we've been together since we met in 2006. And I started fighting or I had my first fight in 2010. So we went through this entire journey together. And half the reason why I like him as a coach is because he's smart as shit, and he knows how to take what he's seen and digest it and regurgitated it for me to understand. And he's been that way ever since we first started learning together. So I don't know. Maybe it's easier when you're both peers at one point, and then you kind of fall into the positions that you naturally fall into, because like he doesn't like fighting. Like, he hates fighting. It's just the nerves and all that stress. The pursuit of just being a good martial artist is a lot more interesting to him than actually fighting. And for me, I'm like, I
want to mess a bitch up.
Like, I just want to fight. Like, I don't even want to train. I want to fight. No.
Yeah.
You know, so there's that difference in approach to like martial arts, and somehow it vibes well. Like, we both like work off of each other really well. And you know, like, he was pretty much in an apprenticeship when we were at Alliance MMA. Like, he took the back seat in like Eric Del Fiero and all the other coaches at Alliance were really my head coaches. But after a while, like, I was coming to Adam asking him questions about everything and stuff that he was saying while I sparred would work, as opposed to what the other coaches were saying. And then you just go with what works, you know, and that just happened to be my husband. So there was never any pressure for him to be my head coach until the things that he was telling me to do started working. And I was like, hey, hey, you're good at this. Like, you know, let's build on that.
Now, how do you keep from annoying the fuck out of each other? Just from
seriously,
sheer like this, you know, like you in the kitchen and it's like, God damn, you know, cara, you like, get the fuck out.
It's a lot of time together.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Like, I avoid that shit.
I don't know. We like spending time with each other. We're weird. I think we just have a mutual hatred for everyone else.
It's you against the world, poor honey.
Yeah, there you are.
You,
like
Adam, and Butcher the dog, and it's you against the world.
Exactly.
So you don't annoyed with each other, so there's no argument.
You just need a common enemy. You just focus on that person. Like, today we hate this person, and we just talk mad shit about them, and we forget about all our problems with each other, and then we're able to train.
I like the sound of that. I enjoy that. It is fun to talk shit about people.
That's how we met.
It's talking fucking shit about people behind their back.
Yeah, we're horrible. No, we were in student exchange, and there were a bunch of other. We were in Japan, and there were a bunch of other students that were also from other countries that were visiting Japan. And we liked them, like, they were cool, but we would also get together and just be like, yo, this fucking dick, like, you know, just
of course,
just talk shit about him. And then it was really fun seeing like how ridiculous we could take the shit talk. And now we're married.
Who made the first move?
I did.
What? That scoundrel. What was your move? Like, what did he did? What he did?
So juvenile. Um, we were in a club. Yeah, no, it was worse than that. It was more thirsty than that. We were in a club and like we had been just talking for hours each day, and he wouldn't make a move. He was being super
So tedious. Dude, by the way, sidebar, dude, if she's talking to you for that long, just goddamn make the GD move. Like, what the actual F? Like, we don't waste our time with dudes we don't want to F. So, like, if she's talking to you that much, just F and go for it, bro.
Let's go for it.
One caveat. If you guys is in the same training situation, he could you could put that on the shit where you eat. And you gotta be careful because if
that's different. You're right.
That's different.
Fuck up the whole
You're right.
plan. You gotta be willing to fuck that up.
You're right. Yeah. I don't do that. But
if that's the only person that you're talking hours for and you really like the person, then it might be worth it. Might be worth fucking everything else.
Clearly it was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna last either. Like,
no, you were just like, bruh.
We were just messing around, and then I was like, "Yo, you're cool." Like, and then I like kissed him in a club, and
but
like,
how you did it? Let's do how it went. You guys talking, and then you just lean in to kiss the guy. You put your finger on his lip, trying to shut the fuck up.
Kind of.
Come on.
I was almost blackout drunk at this point, so that's my excuse. But I grabbed his crotch.
Ooh, that's a spicy.
It made out like, yeah. I was like, this is what girls do in movies.
I
think I had just seen like Jawbreaker or something, and
he'll get Jawbreaker, all right.
Yeah.
He's like, they don't do this in Scotland.
No, that's exactly his reaction. He was like, oh my God, is she gonna have sex with me right now?
You grabbed his bagpipey. Oh, God, you was playing old Danny Boy. Or Andy Boy, whatever.
Oh, man. Oh, Danny Boy.
Danny Boy. The pipes are calling.
Yeah, you were.
He was very impressed.
I bet. Well, Havoc here is like, Angie, don't play games.
Not if I really like you.
You know what that's like?
And this guy's saying that, and Joe Bose is saying that sounds like Adam was gonna faint. Yeah, it does sound like Adam was just like, oh, okay.
Well, you know,
welcome to America.
We were he did the hero thing for me that night because I ordered a flaming cocktail and he made sure that my afro didn't get too close to the flaming cocktail because he's a bartender at the time and I didn't know. I was just like, "Ooh, flaming cocktail." He's like, "Oh," and I was like,
"Oh, watch your afro." Watch that afro.
Like, damn, you be looking out for me.
He's a gentleman, or
yeah, throwing up.
Wait,
oh my God,
that's like you ever seen what's that movie with Total Hiko? You know where she goes, what? She goes, damn, what you been feeding this thing? And he goes, bombs. You remember that? She just grabbed his dick. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't remember that line.
I think it was Sharon Stone, or it was the other one. It was the other chick.
Well, when he's down with the whatever.
Yeah.
When he's in town when they're getting suffocated before the air gets cut off.
Yeah.
Because he asked for somebody who was demure. And slutty.
Sleazy, demure.
Sleazy, demure. Yeah. And she's like, demure. Oh, he's gonna have a great time. I love Total Recall, by the way. I love that
movie too. I'm surprised I don't remember.
I got 4 kids to feed.
Yeah,
I thought you said 5. Like,
I just remember
start the reactor.
The 3 titties and start the reactor, and the I bug out part.
In that part when he's like, "Open your mind, queen."
Yeah, that's what. That's what Brandon Moreno's ear looks like right now.
Like, yeah,
dude, that thing it evolved. it like hit the next stage of evolution in
A
the
lot
last
of guys
fight camp.
I mean, BJ Penn used to have some like Kuato coming out of there,
Yeah.
giving people, sage advice and
What?
stuff.
That would be so great to have like a little koatsu on the ear with a gi on, just like
It has
telling
to
you
be.
how to finish chokes.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah. Cut off his hair.
Cut up.
Oh,
Omoplata. Like, yeah, like
Hey,
that's crazy. Well,
some
listen,
of them-
Ange, Renato did some with his promo for our show tonight. Put some Bad Brains music on it. I know,
Hey.
a lot of time you're listening to like some pretty heavy stuff. I've been to some pretty heavy concerts myself, and also it's like you and I were probably two of the only chicks who looked like us at some of those concerts.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, what do you listen to? Because like you do with, like with your t-shirt and, for folks who don't know, the whole point that you were in New York is because you were going to Cooper Union and going to, art school and stuff like that. But like for those people who don't really know sort of that side of you, how hard are you?
I'm pretty hardcore. I don't have like a huge list of bands that I really like. But Amon Amarth is one that I always go back to. It's this Viking metal band, and it's
I think
just like,
Josh Barnett liked that one.
He
yeah, he was. I saw him at a concert in LA, an Amon Amarth concert in LA, like a few years ago, and we got to hang out with the band a little bit and stuff. I even got to teach the lead singer how to throw a jumping knee. So, so yeah, I have. I always go back to their music because it's like Vikings meets Lord of the Rings type music. Everything feels like this epic battle. Like every song feels like an epic battle. So it's really easy to train with it and really easy to get your mind right when you're driving the training and stuff for it. So I really like that stuff. And then the Misfits, that song Skulls was one of my first walkout songs in Muay Thai. And I just thought it was really appropriate because all their songs are about killing women.
Totally.
like, hey, we're in the same profession, we're peers. So I always like walking out to Misfits or just listening to Misfits when I'm training. Yeah, I can't really get into like the new rappers and stuff, like the kind of Xanax rap, and
you and me both.
It's boring.
I'm too old for it, I think.
Dude.
I just I'll leave that for the kids.
Yeah, kiddo and I on the way home from school today, there was, like the Drake, like girls where I'm from. And like, and like, I'm like, okay, but how does this qualify as a song? Because they're literally just like, and then I went to the grocery store and I bought some. Like, it is so effing boring.
I got cheese.
And I literally was just like, but how does this? And we started getting really like facetious and we were joking around. I'm like, this is my jam. I'm like, what about this when this hits the club? Because it was so not exciting. Yeah. And I was kind of bummed out that a lot of rap is like that now.
I'll tell you what, I'm a big hip hop head from way back, okay? And one of the things that I've discovered, I think the thing that bothered me so much is not that if there was one guy who sounded like you just described it, I'd be like, you know what? Hey, people who like him, they into that guy. But these days, back in the day, it was like every different person had their own style and their own sound. Their voice sounded, even the timbre of that one sounded different. And then from the place, like if you was in New York, a Queens rapper sounded different than a guy from Harlem, and a Harlem guy was different from Bronx. Now you literally have people from different parts of the country, and they sound exactly the same flow, exactly, and even the voice is taken away because auto-tune. So auto-tune to me, it literally all sound the fucking same. So to me, I you don't have that fun of, oh, that's that guy. I can't pick them out of a fucking lineup. Little Boy Blue and or Joe Blow.
Literally, I literally was joking. Like you said about the auto-tune, I literally said to kiddo, I was like, we were joking because we were just being corny. And I was like, man, because I was pretending it wasn't auto-tuned and that was his real voice. And I was like, wow, he must have really gone through it as a young man with a voice like that, like pretending, that's his real voice. Because it's like, like all this stuff. And I was like,
Always on puberty.
I don't want to be one of those people that's like, in my day, music was better. But like, I wish, I mean, I do. I'm not trying to say I don't hear stuff I like, but there's a lot of rap right now where I'm just not excited.
I think I blame the metrics. Like, I blame people being able to see what makes money. And then everyone, if one person makes it big doing something unique, then everyone tries to mimic it. And it happens with the movie industry. It happens with music. It happens with anything that's there to make money. Like I was listening to some NPR thing, and they were talking about how like a lot of market, because
a lot of what?
The money making
we lost
there.
You for a second.
So you
a lot of what?
I don't know. Oh damn, I lost you guys.
Wait, you're frozen. Wait. You were saying you're listening to NPR. There you are. You're back. And you said you're listening to NPR, and they said a lot of what?
Hey, I was listening to this NPR thing, and it was telling it was talking about how a lot of movies. Sorry, I already said this.
No, but we missed it. So
and then I realized you guys were both staring into the distance.
I can't believe your internet is fucking up like this. I mean,
it's insane.
I know. I'm so horrible. I need to.
It happened to me every fucking time. Yeah.
But a lot of movies just kind of bite off of somebody else's success, right?
Well, they rewrite their scripts to appeal to the Chinese market, because that's where you make the most money.
It's true.
Yeah. So like, if there was a thing, and then like, I don't know, there was some Chinese warlord or something, they'll rewrite it so it's some other place, and that way they're not offending the Chinese market, and they're able to make money in that country. And just hearing about that made me realize, damn, like I bet there's so much stuff that I never got to see just because it wasn't, the dollars wouldn't make it.
I mean, that's the way it's been since the beginning of time with that. I mean, we never get best of the best because it's money. It's a business at the end of the day, you know. So you make money. Sometimes that coincide, but very rarely, you know.
It's true. Well, and a lot of the time, China is co-financing the film in the first place, and so they know specifically that they want to make it for that market. And so, like our buddy, what's his face? I saw Frank Trigg this weekend. It's not Trigg. It's Grillo. Like Grillo, who makes a lot of movies, like action movies. He trains up at my friend's gym, Fortune Gym. But Frank Grillo, you know, from whatever the Legend show or whatever, but like he makes movies. He's been in some movies that were like literally premiered in China that were like financed by them. And yeah, it's exactly that. It's because they know they need to appeal to that market. And a lot of Hollywood filmmakers are afraid to alienate a market of 8 billion people or whatever. Yeah. And so, they change stuff.
They change stuff in those Marvel movies all the time. You know, there's certain stuff.
I think that's what they were talking about. I think they were talking about the Marvel movies.
They screened that one. But you know, it's another phenomenon. Back to the rap music, I noticed. I think social media have something to do with it also, because nowadays everybody around the world gets the new slang that day. You know what I'm saying? No one anything anymore. So the slang of different places have just become homogenized. So everybody says the same shit. Oh, no cap or whatever. That's no longer from a place.
I've never heard a person say no cap in person.
Like, it's only written. I think no cap is ever only written.
I've never seen that.
You could talk to people from other countries. Yeah. And this is not their first language. They know all the up-to-date slang. Yeah. You know? And it's just because there's no more neighborhoods now. Everybody's on the internet.
Everyone's in the internet hood.
So
I think so.
You lose the regional flavors, you know.
Agreed.
Wow.
And you're frozen right now. Your video is there you are again. Your video is frozen a little bit.
I don't know why it's doing it.
By my page.
But
well, I know we need to let you get going soon, but like, so have you made though like a hit list? I know, you know, we were talking about that before, but how do you want to fight one more time this year, or do you think you'll just wait till next year?
Definitely. I already got my list. I went through today and wrote down all the lists of the upcoming strawweight fights, and They're all very beatable.
Got
So
that auto tune on.
so yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for whoever. Like if somebody falls out, best believe I'm gonna be trying to jump at the call. They might call Loopy first because she doesn't make as much.
Right, exactly. You're
But
more
I'll be
expensive,
there. I'll
but I
be
could
there.
see you. Yeah, I'm working. Like I already know my schedule for the rest of the year and stuff like that. So I know what shows I have upcoming and stuff. But I could definitely see you because you just fought August. Like I could see you on like the first card in December or whatever, that December 3rd
Yeah.
card or whatever. Like that would be cool. Or the last one, December 17th, before we go.
Yeah.
I
And
think
I
you could
saw
squeeze one more in this year. I think that'd be great.
No, I definitely want to. I definitely want to end the year on a high note, and I feel, it just with the split decisions and the like legitimate losses, like my confidence was waning, and it was hard, getting up for a fight that was going to happen in October. Like it was really hard getting up for that, but I did.
What's
The
going
work
on?
and it
Am
shows.
I
Yeah.
here?
Yeah,
What
you're
happened,
here.
Renato?
You both fucked up for me. What's happening?
Oh,
here?
I can hear. We can see you and hear you.
We
You're
can
just
see you and
lagging a
hear you.
little bit, but we can hear you.
You're just
Me?
blind to us.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're good.
I'm blood.
Yeah,
You're lagging a little, but we can hear you perfectly.
We see you. If you just shut up, no one else will.
Yeah, your video is lagging a little bit. Your audio is totally perfect. Well, I'm just saying. I hope.
Oh, no,
okay,
he's gone.
Andy's out.
Oh no.
That I'm just hoping that we do see you. One more time before the year's end. But yeah, I think what I love about this, like what I love about this fight this past weekend was like you showed a lot of new wrinkles, and I feel like you showed a lot of stuff where people would be like, maybe if they were considering like, she's past her prime and like I can beat her and she's on, like, I think what you did this past weekend was like, no. Like
Yeah.
I'm not an easy out. I'm not done. I'm not this. And like I was saying before you got here, like you could see in the fight with Virna, the work you were doing. And then this time it just seemed like you didn't have to think as much, that it just was coming more naturally. And then from here, it's like, okay, well, if you were able to put all that together against Loopy, for the next person, it's going to be even more, true to who you are. Like you will have to think even less. And that's what's exciting.
Yeah, I agree. I just feel so much more comfortable with the things that I was learning for the last fight, and just more comfortable with what my style is becoming. It's really hard to get out of the box of I'm a striker, so that's what I'm gonna do. Because I probably have more grappling experience than Loopy. She just started, even though she has sisters that are wrestlers. I've probably been training just as long as she has, if not longer, because I've been doing anti-jiu-jitsu and anti-wrestling my entire career. Yeah, no jiu-jitsu. So
That's a threat to my way of life.
well, now I'm grappler Ange.
Yeah, now she's grappler Ange.
Now
You
I'm
should be excited.
it. I'm embracing the.
Am I back
the
or am I still fucked up? Because you guys is
no, you're back. You're good. I let you back.
Oh,
You're back. You're good.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
wow. Angie completely fucked up on mine, but okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, everybody's good. Everybody's good on mine right now, so I think we're all right.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, Karyn is home base, so we're good.
Yeah.
As long as she says we're good.
I think we're good.
So yeah. We're gonna. I'm gonna go to UFC Paris. Are you going?
I was just gonna say, what are you doing now? Are you taking a break? Or are you gonna hang? Because I'm going to Paris too, so we can hang out.
Oh my god! Yes, finally. I was sad that we didn't get to hang out in London, so we
could have some stuff up over in Gay Paris. We could get into some trouble. Leave Adam at home. We could get into some trouble in Paris. Leave Adam at home. Let's go. Leave Adam at home.
I already booked his plane ticket, but we can definitely leave.
Does he really need to come?
Room.
Leave Adam at home.
Yeah, we'll just send them off with the boys. we'll just let them have a boys' night out.
Shameless chicken heads.
No, literally, Renato, the other day, I was joking with one of my producers. I was like, I think I'm going to hit up my good friend Cyril Gahn and ask him if he has a single friend. And I was like, as I was saying the words to my friend, like jokingly, I was like, KB, you really should do that. Like, so Cyril, if you're watching, and Cyril, I will hit you up. But literally, I was like, because I'm gonna stay in Paris for several days after Ange.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, because when we had Cyril on, what had happened was Renato, Angie and I had Cyril on what had happened was podcast, which by the way is just on hiatus. We'll probably bring it back. So Cyril comes on and he's like, ladies, bonsoir, bon nuit. And he was like so effing sexy and speaking his French. And both of us are like, oh my God, let me take my clothes. And we're like, you're so fun. So I was like, if Cyril Gahn had a brother.
There's probably a million Cyril Gahns out there.
Are there?
Like, they're just walking around looking all ripped and French.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, so listen, this is I'm putting up the bat light or whatever. But for all of you Cyril Gahn mother crackers out there walking around looking like Cyril or whatever in France, like,
what
holla,
up?
holla,
How you doing?
holla at your girl.
How you doing?
I'm very excited to go over there. But literally, my friend, and then I was saying it as like a joke, like, oh, I should hit up Cyril and ask him if he's got any friends. And then my friend was like, no, for real, KB, you should. I was like, I might actually really do that.
That's funny. I might go to the gym.
I bet Shek Congo got some dudes.
I know Shek's a very good friend of mine, so you're right. I could ask Shek as well.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of Arab for you out there.
I'm an equal opportunity dater, Renato. I
said that as a positive. I have.
Right. Yeah. No. I every skin tone, every race, color, creed. All are welcome.
Like, they got them all in France too.
All are welcome.
Paris is a melting pot.
It is.
They're ready to melt you.
Irish.
What's the temperature like out there? Is it warm? Can we bring our whole clothes?
Warm.
I don't know. Your video froze for a second here, Ange. But yeah, I think we can bring our hoe clothes because I think early September is still going to be pretty great in Paris.
Cool.
So yeah, I think we can bring the hoe clothes.
Nice. All right.
Well, I gotta go buy some hoe clothes.
I gotta get going because we actually have a date night.
Wow.
We're gonna go to a fancy little restaurant and I'll reenact when I first made my move. No.
Ooh, nice. Well, also
I'm not gonna do that. But
your video froze, so we should maybe let you go anyway. But your audio is perfect.
My internet is hurting. It's like, please let me go.
You gotta take him to a sausage. You gotta take him to a sausage restaurant.
We're going to a steakhouse.
Get that meat.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. That 8 ounce.
Get a bratwurst.
The brat. Well, you're back. Okay. Well, listen, Ange. Obviously, very excited for you. Really excited that you picked up the win in such a cool fashion. And like Renato was saying, like, at the beginning it was a little like, for a second it was a minute or whatever, 1 minute, and then you were in control the whole time.
It's okay. I don't remember that part.
Good. But it was really exciting to watch you evolve and to see all the new tricks in the bag and everything. So yeah, just really looking forward and hope you do get to sneak one more in before the end of the year.
Oh yeah, and the feints. I didn't mention. I saw some nice feints and stuff, and some feinting of the knee, to get the action. That was all played into it. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't even remember throwing that many, like feigning that much. And I'm watching the tape back and I'm like, oh shit. Like I did that a lot. Like I think it was when I wasn't sure if I could throw it. So I was like, let me just see what she does. And then she didn't do anything. So then I threw it and then it landed. So
there you go.
Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. So that's good. Well,
it's
thank
awesome.
You
guys. Wait. I lost wait. I got to give you. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us, and awesome win, and looking forward to seeing you fight again. Give our best to Adam. We're sorry if we disrespected him on the show.
He's fine. He loves being disrespected. It's his kink.
That's part of the charm.
But yeah. But yeah, we love you obviously, and we're just really excited for you. And congrats, and go enjoy that steak.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy.
Hey,
guys. Say goodbye. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Hinach.
She's a sweetheart. And I like that. Listen, more women should do that. you know, to just, you know, like Grace Jones in Conan the Destroyer, you know, just grab the fucking guy and check, do a cup check. And if he can handle that, he can handle anything.
Yeah, I will say on occasion, your girl KB has maybe made her appetite known, and you know, been the initiator or aggressor to a little bit of a degree. I guess I'm not the full on hunter, but I might like let you know is a possibility. Like, so I think I still want the guy to be the guy and be like the one who actually takes control. But I have been very, very forward in that, like, it's on if you know how to do the next few moves. Like, it, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Am I saying that correctly?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. And guys appreciate that one, because you go, okay, I know that there's interest here, you know, so you don't have to cold call, you know. You don't have to feel, you know, because us guys can sometimes feel like the what you call the ones who come to the fucking door, the Jehovah Witness, you know.
Yeah, you feel like you're just cold calling everybody, and it's like not going to go your way.
Unless she shows you something like a look or something, it's like, hey, have you heard about our Savior Jesus Christ?
You know, heard the word, exactly right.
And then if she's not interested, it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like that's demoralizing. You know, you feel like you're bothering somebody. So, you know, not that it's happening. No.
Yeah, I feel like, though, on the other hand, because, you know, like, I'm aggressively single, and I might need to take a little ladies' room break for a second, but because I am like aggressively single, sometimes I do worry that I come off like Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, just like carpet bombing everybody.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. That's not an issue. If you're showing interest, that's how you're gonna find who's fucking interested in you. Because sometimes a lot of people make assumption too, you know, especially about a successful woman or whatever. They make assumption that, like, oh, she got
something that I'm taking, that I'm busy, that I'm
that you're taking, or that you got, she's got somebody better than me. I mean, not your Uncle Henach, but someone might look and go, well, she's used to this level or caliber of person or whatever, you know what I'm saying? People can make all kind of wild assumptions about people.
Yes.
You know, or she wasn't like a kind of guy like me, or whatever hangups they got in their pre-recorded bullshit they got hunting around in their brain, you know?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. And I will just say, and well, this person saying people don't want to get me too'd. That's a little different. Like, I get it or whatever, but I feel like if we're talking about you're out in a bar or a club situation, I don't think there's going to be Me Too stuff. It's more about, like,
I'm not worried about no fucking Me Too or whatever. I'm talking about just straight up bothering somebody who don't want to be bothered, you know?
Right. Well, this one, Jimmy Rivera saying old school women knows how to hint to guys to make that move. And that's my whole thing, is like, I don't necessarily want to be the aggressor, but I'm okay with letting you know I'm cool if you play your cards right.
Listen, you know what I think is like all it even take for me? You just, if a woman give like a lingering look or a double check or something like that, I know I'm good to get in there. Like, you know, like
she's welcoming you in to see what happens.
Like Glenn Haas, you know, a man doesn't step on a lot lest he wants to buy, you know.
He wants to buy a car, exactly. You're right.
So the thing is, I can move in on that. But if she's playing too cool for school and she want to, like, when I look, she want to pretend she's not looking, I can't do anything with that. You know what I mean? I have to be so into it that I'm like, oh, I'm just going to see if she's maybe interested. You know what I mean? And that can be like, oh, you know what I mean? It can be.
I see, because, I hear what you're saying, because I love eye contact. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite things, is being at a bar or club or whatever, and you see somebody and you either have that lingering, like, okay, I see you, or it's the type of thing where, like, you see them, you look away, and then you're like, let me come back, and then you're like, oh shoot, they saw me. You know what I mean? And like, but that's awesome. So fun.
Yeah. Or if you walk past somebody like on the street, and then you look back and they looking back too. Oh boy, that's a good one
Game
too.
on.
But you know, I like all that shit. But if you don't get no signal, oh, that's like I'm like a Dracula or Blackula or Chocula, where you know how you can't get in there unless you're invited. You know, so once you invite, then I'm coming like this. Oh God,
let the right one in. Yeah, and I will say, and you know, and like I said, I do need maybe just 30 seconds to run to the ladies' room. But
yeah, go ahead. I can entertain the people.
Can you entertain the folks for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, be right back.
Let me talk to the people. We're gonna talk about that one. What's going on here? Yeah, no matter where you are, that's the place to be. Hey, Debbie, isn't this great? The lady will have the linguine with white clam sauce and a Coke with no ice. You gotta throw out the vibe. She will have the knockwurst. Let's see what we got. Yeah, put on side. Yeah, exact. Yeah, so yeah, I like she will have the knockwurst. I did that. I do that. I've done that more than a few times on the date, and nobody know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like the waitress come and I go, she will have the knockwurst, and then the waitress is just like, okay. Oh, you have a video of KB dancing on the fight? God, if I went to gay Pehi, it would be over. They would need to shut down gay Pehi for a couple nights after that one. There would be too many French-speaking black mulatto kids. Wait, lady, yeah. Hey, Stacy, got any iced tea? We can Eiffel Tower some broads. Oh, God, my days of Eiffel Towering a chick, I can't get into it. I can't. I just assume not share a chick with a dude. It's just I can't do that. Like it's there's nothing in it for me, porra. You have to be true female and your Uncle Hanach, and they can do an Eiffel Tower about your Uncle Hanach. Yeah, true women is nice here. I like that. I like that dynamic, porra. Why I look like Suge Knight? My outfit or my demeanor? Oh, how could I? Two girls is good, except for the one who brought you in originally. Always get mad at you and be like, "Why you more interested in that one?" I'm like, I want to say like because that one's new, porra. Ah, caralho.
What I miss?
Fernando. Basically talking about miscellaneous shit, just a lot of just disjointed question.
Okay. Well, Tim is saying you look like Suge Knight.
Yeah, but how? I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but what about me is screaming Suge Knight? I would think you would think that I look more like, I don't know, fucking one of the.
I don't know. Suge Knight seems like a random thing. I wanted to go back to. Do you need to take a pause?
No, not yet.
Okay, good. No, I wanted to go back to. There were a couple things that I saw that I couldn't necessarily answer at the time because maybe they were, like they were questions that people had, and maybe we were talking with Angie about something else, and they maybe didn't come up or whatever. But there was just one thing that I did want to mention. To somebody had asked about the super chats. They should be coming back. I just had to do. The super chats, you know how sometimes people would make donations with us and ask questions. Oh, John Dill talking about Seu Jorge, who is a Brazilian. Oh, that reminds me of something else. I gotta mention. I know Seu Jorge is great. That reminds me of something I need to mention. But anyway, no, one thing about the super chats is there were just some, without getting into all of it, just some like logistical things with my channel and whatever that went through some changes. So the monetization part got like funky for a little bit. So I think the super chats will be coming back. It's just that I had to like do some stuff on the back, whatever. It's not important. But I think the super chats will hopefully come back. But thank you for those of you who have always, participated in those or whatever. But Renato, this is one thing I wanted to mention before we move on too far. Hold on. Did I make us? I'm trying to remember. Yes. So you guys have asked for it. I have finally found the time and done it. This is a visual aid, Renato, of what our podcast looks like. If you go to Amazon Music and you go to the podcast section, this is what you will see when you go there. It'll say Tuesday Night Festivities with Karyn Bryant and Renato Laranja. Now, I know we really basically say KB and Renato, but like for this, for the actual putting it out into the universe, I thought it was important to have the real name. Yeah. So you guys, I would love for you to just still call me KB because that's who I am. But I wanted to put Karyn Bryant there because people know me from other stuff. And if they're searching my name, they're not going to just find KB.
I got a question for you. Did you listen to any of it? Just audio?
Yeah. Okay. I did. So here's the
thing.
Is it? Okay. So here's the thing. So I will answer your question in a second. But anyway, yes. So now, I uploaded this to this one site that I feel like also I'm talking loud. Sorry. That feeds to other sites because I'm excited. It feeds to other sites. So we are already on Amazon Music, and that's what that screen grab is from. On Instagram, I made a video I was showing. We're already up on Spotify as well, which is totally cool. So you can go to Spotify and just search Tuesday Night Festivities or search Renato Laranja or search my name. We should come up. Apple Podcasts, the way they do theirs, it's like they need basically like a 24-hour verification period or something like that. So you list it and then it says, okay, it's probably going to show up within 24 hours or whatever. And so it says pending on whatever. So Apple Podcasts should be up tomorrow because I was already there before with the one I did with Angie. What had happened was, so it's not like it's a hard process. It's just a time thing. But anyway, I wanted to ask the people here, like I said, so it's Spotify, Amazon, and Apple right now. Where else should we put it? I know sometimes it said something like Spotify. It said like if you're on Spotify, it automatically feeds to like these 4 apps or something like that. But I don't know where people consume their podcasts. So I want to know where they consume it so I know where we should put it.
I can tell you one. I listen to my podcasts on Stitcher a lot.
Okay. I don't know if Stitcher was an option.
Well, you might want
So they may not, not with this company. So I might have to independently then go approach Stitcher because you know what I'm saying? Like this company probably has business ties with these other ones to where they feed each other and populate each other. Stitcher maybe is independent.
Or maybe Earwolf or whatever is that one?
I've never heard of Earwolf.
Earwolf. Okay, well.
Hold on. While we're here, Renato, actually, while I should look, you could look at some content. Look at Randy Habata or Handy. It's either Handy Habata or Randy Rabata. But saying I like watching it here, Poha. This is never going away. Don't think that this means it's going away visually. It's always going to be here visually. It's just that I'm finally adding the audio portion that a lot of people have asked for.
They're not satisfied with just this one. They need the fucking other one too.
I know. Entertain. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. So I was looking for. Okay. So this place will tell me the other places I can have it list. So what are some of the places you just mentioned that you think?
Earwolf.
Oh, Stitcher. I can do Stitcher. So I can do Stitcher, get listed Stitcher. I could literally do this while we're on the air, but that's not great television. So I'll do it later. But honestly, here it is. So perfect. I can do Stitcher. I'll do that after we wrap today. And then where else?
I don't know. I think they're in cahoots with Stitcher. Earwolf. I hear that name. I don't know.
Earwolf. I don't see.
I think think Stitch is good. I can't think of nothing else.
I don't see Earwolf, but like I said, it says once you're listed in Apple Podcast, you'll automatically be available in the Overcast app, the Castro app, the Castbox app, and the Podfriend app.
Funny enough, I heard of none of that shit. But
I was gonna say I don't know any of those, but like I said, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. Now, the other one I did with Angie, I did do iHeart Music. I think they are okay with Pocket. Like, I don't know. So if people would listen to it on iHeart Music, I'll do it there too. But yeah, I'll do Stitcher after we wrap. That's cool. I didn't realize that it was an option.
Well, there we go. They're gonna be a lot of happy customer now.
Cool. I hope so. But
audio.
Exactly. But at any rate, now that I've said that, please do then go over to those places and subscribe and stuff like that.
No, now they're gonna go. They're gonna find something. Where's the text version? Where's the transcripts of the fucking podcast?
You're 100% right. Where's the transcript?
Oh, God.
Where's the transcript? You're right. So Slotted Diamond says they listen to Podcast Addict. That might be one of those.
Something else. I'm kidding.
Rockfin? I don't think so. I don't know. Do you know Rockfin? I don't know what that is.
That sounds like a fusion sushi restaurant that would be like in Santa Monica or something.
Okay, dropping out. Had to call it a night. They're out. Peace out. Dropping loot, rather.
Thanks for letting us know, Poha.
Night. Okay, Renato, I wanted to get to some other things tonight. So, this past weekend, Chito Vera defeated Dominic Cruz in the main event, and oh my God, what a KO! I was there. I was working. I will show a video in a second of like the what happened, the aftermath of that win. But what did you make of it? Unfortunately, folks, they did not provide us with what's called B-roll for this one of the fight footage. Otherwise I would have highlights for you, but they did not provide them for this one. So I don't have it, but I do, like I said, have some video that I shot after the fight. But what was your overall take on Dom versus Chito?
I mean, it pretty much went how I would have imagined it to went, because just like in all his other fight, I thought first of all, and just like it happened, I thought Dom was gonna be faster, and gonna be more elusive and stuff like that. That happened, and then just like in all of his fights, Chito starts like a 1 or 2 rounds down.
Yeah,
it happened even in the Hob Punch, and then
look how that
turned out. So it seems like that's just what happens until he finally sets you up with one of those weird kicks out of nowhere or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this one wasn't even actually, they're not weird.
It wasn't weird. Yeah.
It's just a kick that wasn't happening throughout the whole fight. And then, then it happens. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, yeah, he's not winning till he is, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't surprising to me at all, really. It was kind of shocking to just see him just to stop, a guy like that who doesn't really get knocked out much, to be just lights out. But it was like, yeah, that's what I would have imagined, that he would catch him with a kick, That's what I thought.
Yeah, and the thing is too that Dominic does have a tendency to really dip his head. And so he's susceptible to getting kicked there.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't go that far, like being like, he's going to dip his head and he's going to kick. I just thought a kick could catch him at some point.
For sure. But you know what I mean? The way he throws on those awkward angles and his whole thing, like his head is often low. So
hindsight, I see it like nobody's business. I mean, of course you can see it now, but it's not like I was thinking that before the fight. I was thinking that. But
yeah.
Yeah,
but it's true, like you said, that Chito is a bit of a slow starter, right? So that was kind of a storyline we were telling on the show before the show, I was working UFC Live in the pre-show and stuff with my homies, Alan Joban and Anthony Smith. And so, like I love those guys. Like I have so much fun with them. Of course.
I love those
I mean,
guys.
I have fun with everybody, but like we have a great time. And my boy Sugar, like when Sugar's around, like we just dance the whole time at work. Like we have so much fun.
Yeah.
And we're watching like the best athletes on the planet. So it's sweet. I'm very thankful for my job. But so we're watching this and we all kind of thought Chito was going to win, but we all were very impressed with how Dominic started the fight. And he, like you said, was very fast, and Dominic lands a lot, right? Like he lands a lot. It's just that he lands volume where Chito lands power. So Dominic would tap, 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 bang, 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 score. Chito sits him down on his butt. You know what I mean? And so every time, and so it was, to me, it felt very early on like a predetermined ending that just was going to be a question of when was Chito going to get the timing, because Dominic is so unorthodox and so herky jerky and so like throw you off, faint, go, like it's so difficult to find. So and the fact that Chito's a slow starter rather, like I just said, and you already said. So yeah, I thought that it was going to take him a little bit of time to get it. But then the fact that Perillo too, who I love, Jason Perillo, his coach, who was also really then starting to lean on him and like get him amped up more and wind him up more. And as the fight went on, like you could tell that it was like, okay, Chito, it's like time to freaking turn it on now. I thought he responded very well to Jason. And to me, Chito just looks like a person who, he came in like in 2014, 15, he lost his first fight. He's off of tough Latin America. Like, it's not like Chito was some force to be reckoned with the whole time. Like he's had a lot of wins and losses, and he's like really grown before our eyes. And I think that's what's that's why it's so exciting to see him now, because like you see somebody who's a really like, oh, wow. Like we were saying with Angie, putting things together, like he's just getting better every single time. It's very exciting.
More and more confidence on that one. Yeah, the thing about him is like, he does this a lot. It's like, even the Frankie Edgar one, you know what I mean? The fight looks a certain way, and then out of nowhere, that front kick just out of fucking nowhere, and it's like, and then it's all, and the same. Look, to Hob Front's credit, I think he hit him twice with that front, and Hob didn't go down. But it's like, that shit, when you're not thinking about that and you're just worried about the, some nice boxing and the hard shots that he have here, then that fucking move come out. I mean, it's
so brutal. And he has long legs for that division. He's very long legs.
And he throws them fast and decisive when he do it. And it's like he saves those babies for just the right time,
Brutal. Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
I have some footage. Here's what's cool.
Wait, real quick.
What? Go ahead. What's up?
Have Dominic come out and said anything yet? Or
like he said something about like he was thankful for his health or whatever, and thankful for those who support him. And then he said, I'll be back soon. I'm working the desk for, I don't know if he's working on Paris with us, or I think he might have said the first show in September or something like that. So he was just like, hey, I'm gonna chill for a minute. I'm good. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Did he give a kudos to Chito? Yeah?
I think so.
I just haven't heard nothing yet, so
I think so. I think he was just like, I think so. I could hear it. I will look it up.
No,
I believe he did, though. I believe the whole point was that he was just like, yeah, great fight. But yeah, thanks to everybody for thanks for your support. Okay, so Dom Cruz, he wrote, okay, here's more. He goes, I'm grateful to all of you who came out on Saturday and for all the love and support here! Exclamation. The body feels great, and I'm thankful for my health. I'll be seeing you all soon at the desk. That's what.
That's it.
No, he did not congratulate Chito.
So I was just more wanting to hear
He did not congratulate Chito.
I just wanted to hear some tactical stuff a little bit, like for him to say
that's on brand, though.
It happened. I understand, but But like, I would be interested to hear, because he's always very outspoken about what someone's doing and not doing, or how this happens and doesn't happen. I would be interested to hear what his take on how that fight went and what went wrong for him. You know, it'd be interesting to hear his points, you know.
I mean, maybe does he have a podcast? I mean, I imagine at some point, yeah, he'll talk about it, right? At some point. Sorry.
I listened to that one point.
I would imagine. Okay, but listen, here, let me share this with all of everybody. I was, working, obviously, or maybe not obviously, but for folks who don't know, I was there. So this is the video I shot. I wasn't filming necessarily as the fight was ending, I don't think, but it's afterwards. But listen to this, and you can just see takes you inside the vibe of the arena in San Diego. Our ESPN MMA, UFC desk was perched up, high, and we have this great view over everything. But it's not a really huge arena. It's, in fact, Renato, you've probably been there. It's where Strikeforce, like Anthony, who was working with the desk with me, he fought there. I was there for his fight. Like, he was on the night when Ronda Rousey fought Sarah Kaufman and Miesha Tate fought Julie Kedzie. Jacare won his fight really fast. Like, he had this really fast knockout, I want to say, against I can't remember who it was, but it was a Strikeforce fight. Anthony beat Lumumba Sayers, whatever. We were all there. It was like 10 years ago at this sports arena in San Diego. I'm sure you've been there. I know
I've been there. I just can't. I always get it mixed up, all the places that's kind of a hound. You think of like Long Beach versus San Diego versus this place, and I get the fucking things mixed up sometimes. I'm
sure you've been there, though.
Yeah, I probably have for something.
At any rate, it was kind of fun to be in the building and just knowing it this weekend. I had looked back on some of the video footage. Like, if you guys are on YouTube here, please hit the subscribe button. But I have a ton of videos and stuff from, like the last 10, 12 years in MMA. And so I was backstage, so I have interviews with like Julia and Miesha and Rhonda and Sarah. And I think I even interviewed Wink. Greg Jackson, rather, not Wink. I think I interviewed Greg Jackson that night too. We had the press conference. Like, I have all the stuff from that night. Anthony was not at the press conference. Jacare was there. Miesha was there. Julie Kedzie was there. Rhonda was there. And Scott Coker. It's great. So it's on my YouTube channel. Like, people should definitely check it out. But at any rate, that's a very long buildup to this is what it was like inside the arena after Cheeto beat Dominic. You can see Dominic is quite out of it. You can see on the big screen video there. It took him a while to collect himself. And here's a video of the kick. Boom, here's the left. Ooh. Right into the face of Dominic. He falls, does not even break his fall. Cheeto kind of knows at the break. So yeah, people were hyped. People were very, 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 very hyped about that fight.
I could see that, and Carayo, when you watch the heat play and it hit that nose, it immediately cave in. You see that? It just boop. Yeah, that shit. Oof, that's no fun. I mean, it's fun to be the one to giving that one.
It's fun to be Cheeto.
It's better to give than to receive.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
And I don't usually say that about usually.
Yeah, it was D&D saying Dom is still salty. I mean, he didn't congratulate Cheeto, which I thought maybe he did, but I guess he didn't. But what are you gonna do? He doesn't have to. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a law. You don't have to.
Nothing, especially because Cheeto said some kind of. I feel like he said some dismissive shit about him afterwards.
Right.
He said like, that he thought his style is whack or something. You know, like he said he has like a Lola, whatever. So I don't blame him for not saying, you know, nothing nice about him. But I like I said, I wanted to hear, you know, his assessment,
his breakdown of a set. No, I'm sure. I would imagine in time he will give one.
Like, I wonder if he's honest with himself about that, or if he's like, lucky kick or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the co-main event, Nate Landwehr? Do you remember? Dude. Okay, so check this out. So this was the end of the fight. This was the end of the fight with Landwehr and actually filming the actual end of the fight. So here we go. It's insane. They're swinging the thing until the end. So now the judge is flying at the end of the round. They're both like,
That was amazing.
It was amazing. We were freaking out watching this show. I know this for those of you listening on audio, you can't see this, but it is just going to be like crowd going to do it. Everybody's on their feet. It was just nuts. I know some people, the haters are going to say we should have finished it, but I think it was just entertaining as hell.
Oh, it was crazy fun to watch. You know, I can't lie. I was going for the African gentleman.
David Onama.
Yeah, but, you know, it's one of those ones where nobody really lost. The fans win, you know. I mean, it was just so much fun because, look, it looked like the African kid was done and dusted. And the fact that first of all, the other guy looked like he was done in the first round. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
That's what's crazy about it.
But then when that point came where it just looked like, oh, okay, he broke this dude. That's it for him. The fact that he somehow mustered up the strength to made it back into a fight again, I kind of was like, you don't see that often. Like, I was very surprised by that, and the whole way the shit ended. I mean, back and forth, and it's like a hockey movie, you know, like, you know, ain't gonna be no he match, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't gonna be no he match. No one. Yeah. It reminded me of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was, like you just said, back and forth. The whole thing, it was so dramatic because at various points, each of them seemed like they were on death's door. You know what I mean? And so you're like, how are they even still here? And then, like you said, Onama, especially, you're like, is that a 10-8 round and two? Like, he got his butt whooped. Sure. Like, yeah. Landwehr came out and was like, oh, not today, son. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, no, that fight was crazy. It was crazy. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if some people, you know, like I said, some people were kind of hating on him. They were like, oh, he should have finished it or whatever.
Oh, give me
this person, Jimmy Rivera, saying he could say the fight card was on the list of best of all time. Nate's got that Randy Couture look on his face, says the Enderbender. Yeah, but Jimmy Rivera saying this card tops the list. They really enjoyed it. The co-main was insane. Dom was saying that, oh yeah, that Cheeto, he had Cheeto figured out. Yeah, I guess not. But yeah, no, so Landwehr and Onama was crazy. And so it's funny. Never mind. Never mind. I'll move on. Anyway, never mind. I just checked myself on something where I was like, you know what? You don't need to go down that road right now. You don't need to go down that road right now. But hey, looking ahead to this weekend, because I know some other things I wanted to get to on the show. I know we've already been talking for quite some time, but we wanted to get to some things here in the things that we would never do. Things that because I saw the movie Nope past weekend, no spoilers, but things that we would never do. But I wanted to kind of wrap up the MMA talk with sorry, wanted to remove that actually with Chidi's choice for this weekend, because Chidi has made his choice for Leon and Kamaru, and I think everybody needs to know what's going on with Chidi's choice.
Hello,
this week, so
and welcome to another edition of Chidi's Choice. This time, Chidi is choosing the UFC 278 main event with the champ Kamaru Usman versus the challenger Leon Edwards. What we do here, Chidi is a bearded dragon, Look how pretty. Oh, he's feisty today. Okay, so what we do, Chidi does love arugula. We take our names and we ball these up. We randomize these. We mix them around. Tendency to go to the right. He does have a tendency to go to the right. So we're going to put
the
one
right
there.
almost every time.
Put one there. And here we go. Chidi, he will make his choice for who will win. Oh my gosh. Where is it going? This is very exciting.
What?
He went to the left. This is very, very interesting, folks. Chidi usually goes to the right.
This is unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Chidi believes there will be an upset in the UFC 278 main event. We shall see. We shall see.
Wow.
It's dramatic.
He looked like he was really using his powers of clairvoyance.
I think he really thought about this one.
I almost have to put some money on that one now.
This is what I'm saying. Like, Chidi's record lately has been very, very, very good. Now, last week he did pick Dom, but Dom was looking very strong up until he wasn't.
He picked Vera.
Did he?
Didn't he?
Wait, let me look.
In my mind, he picked Vera, but I could be.
Wait. I actually would still have it. Hold on, I can look because Chidi's choice. Okay, let's just watch. I don't remember, to be honest with you. Let's see what he said last week.
Hello,
I don't know.
and welcome to another edition of Chidi's Choice. Today, Chidi will be choosing between Chito Vera and Dominic Cruz. Chidi is a bearded dragon. Chidi's been on a roll lately. So what we do here is we put Chidi down, but first and foremost, we take these. Chidi does have a tendency to go to the right with the arugula. He loves some fresh arugula. So what we do here is we randomize the way we put the names down.
I need to get my nails
these up and you, KB, put it a little too far. Okay.
I'm too much of a cowboy.
One here, and we then put Chidi down, and Chidi makes his choice. Goes to the right again. He is predictable.
Who is it?
But who is this? Chidi believes. Wow. The former champ.
Yeah.
Dominic
He
Cruz
picked Dom.
with the victory
Man, my memory
against Chito Vera. We shall see. But Chidi has chosen. Chidi has spoken.
No.
In another life, I'm a documentarian doing nature movies. I swear to God. Like,
Listen,
I could film that dude all day. I got to be honest with you. I was trying to film him some more. I did some more this week. And I literally was like, I was filming him eating. And all of a sudden, so he's eating. And I had the camera like kind of close, but not too far, but kind of close. And dude just like legit just stopped what he was doing and just mean mugged me and was like, really, sis?
Yeah.
Like, are you really filming? Like, are you really in my face right now? And I was like, yeah, I really am. Because he looks so cool on camera. But I was like, all right, I respect that. I'll leave you alone.
You want just a hugala and leave him the fuck alone. But you know what's funny? How memory is a funny thing. After the Vera won, I almost hit you because my mind came up with you doing that thing, and I saw Vera hitting in the thing, and I wow, he picked another winner. But my mind just made that up.
Well, he was on a roll though before. I think he had gotten the last 3 or 4 correct. So,
but still, I take back what I said about Edward now because
in my record
just got Vera before that, so I don't. No.
I don't know. In my mind, he's like 4-1 lately or something like that.
Yeah, but what about All Chime?
Well, before we used to say he picked the losers.
Because
remember
something positive about him not picking him.
Yeah, before initially he used to pick the losers, and then I realized he was always wrong, and I was like, oh, he's actually picking the winners. You know what I mean?
Well, that's convenient.
But then I basically hit reset, so I discount the first few, and I go from the ones that he got right.
Isn't that convenient? And then when he loses again, you're gonna go, "Oh, caray, he's back on his other shit."
He's back on
He's
that
100
losing track. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, no, okay, but I am curious. Let's see if people. Yeah, they're remembering. The Enderbender remembered that he had picked Dom. But yeah, and this person's saying, but they thought maybe it's because the names are similar, and maybe that's it. Oops, maybe that's it. Is because sort of Cruz and Vera both have that Latino sound. Yeah, like they both conjure the same image.
Yeah, it's like, is there a type of Chaco or a place in there? Have a enchilada Vera Cruz.
Enchilada Vera Cruz. It is. Well, that's the whole thing. Vera Cruz is a place too, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, first it was the place, but I don't go there, so I know it from the enchilada porn.
Right. Chidi and Chito. You're right. Chidi should have picked Chito, his homie, but he did it. But anyway, so it goes. Okay, so moving on.
Because also, I'm gonna turn into a pumpkin.
A what?
A pumpkin.
A pumpkin. Soon?
Oh, soon enough.
Okay. Can we get to the things you'll never do?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I am curious for folks. I went this weekend and I saw the movie Nope. And I'm curious for folks, what are some things that you will never do? Because I don't want to give anything away about the movie. And please, for those of you commenting, please, no spoilers and stuff. But I thought it was interesting. Yeah, because Renato has not seen it yet. It has not been beamed to the favela. And nobody has a copy yet.
I could see a bootleg if I want.
Right. Well, I would say it's better on the big screen. But it would also go along with the homeboy director to have a movie boosted and to just watch a version where you see somebody's head in the camcorder.
Unbelievable that you.
We've all seen those kind, right?
The stereotype. You want me to see it at the Magic Johnson?
Dude, I go there sometimes.
I bet you do. When you like to talk to the movie.
It costs less.
I bet it does. And you get a grape soda in there.
A grape soda.
You get a grape soda. Sunflower seeds.
Yeah, after I go to Popeyes.
And popcorn, you have a large tub of Hanch sunflower seeds. Oh God,
I don't even eat Popeyes, and I don't like some. I do like sunflower seeds, but no, I actually went to see it at the Grove. Like we totally saw it at the Grove.
Yeah, with the white people.
Yeah,
there's white people and Filipino.
But I'm happy the white people are supporting Jordan Peele.
They're using him for his movie. I'm kidding.
The movie.
I'm kidding.
At any rate.
So you wanted to talk about stuff that is like a Nope.
Stuff that you would never do. For example, I am never going skydiving, nor am I ever going bungee jumping. Ever.
Well, I think you're not alone because that's a common fear, the fear of heights, you know? Where my shit about that these days, I probably was different when I was younger. But my thing is like, I don't care how high it is or whatever, the skydivings, any of that shit. I'm fine with that. As long as I know I'm going to survive, you know, as long as
But you don't.
I know, I'm saying, or let me put it to you this way. Like, for instance, I could be on the highest thing and not have a fear of the heights if there's like a thing that's keeping me from falling over the side. But like when people have like a balcony that where the thing is too low, or if you're on the edge of a fucking cliff where you could fall off the fucking thing, that's when I'm like, I don't like this no more, you know? But like, let's say, I don't care how crazy the Holocaust or the drop, the free fall drop, as long as I'm strapped in and I know that it's like this, they checked it, I don't give a fuck. So I don't mind the sensation or the whatever they experience, but just don't kill me on the fucking thing. That's all.
Okay, so I agree. So when I used to go to, Knott's Berry Farm or Six Flags or whatever, the one that's like the supreme scream or the whatever, where you just go really effing high and then it's the drop, right?
Yeah.
Love that. I'll ride that thing all day.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And I'll ride roller coasters, like most roller coasters. Usually roller coasters are my favorite thing. So like at Knott's Berry Farm, for those who know, Ghost Rider is my favorite. And then after that, there was the one, I forget what it's called, like Cyclone or something, where you go like 0 to 60 pretty fast, like up a real steep incline. And then, you go over. So if you're in that first seat, it's really awesome because you just really feel like you're going over the edge. Like, so I love roller coasters. The only roller coasters I won't do are the ones that are like just stupid, like corkscrew loops that go backwards. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm good.
I don't mind as long as I'm in there, as long as I don't feel it's loose or something. I'm like, you got me.
But the backwards corkscrews? No, thanks. That's puke central.
You just scream and stuff. You go like this, and laugh and shit. But you know what? Okay, so, but then you draw the line at like a skydiving.
I'm not skydiving. I'm not bungee jumping. I'm not bungee jumping because also I'm like, I would lie about my weight, I'm sure. Then the bungee jump thing would snap because I'd be like, I'm just like 120.
Unfucking believable.
I would lie and then I'd snap and then.
But maybe that's a great way to go for you.
She went out skinny. She went out thin.
She was thin at least.
She went out at 121 pounds. 103. That nobody believed for a second.
No. And they don't care. They just kill her anyway. What about, so I don't mind bungee jump. I'm less interested in, but one day I got a that's on my bucket list. I just haven't got around to it. But
you want to do it?
Skydive, not bungee, skydiving.
You do?
I want to do that so bad. Yeah.
Why?
I just feel like I have to experience that.
Why?
I want to fly like a fucking bird, porra. I try to be free all the time, but I can only be metaphorically free. I want to be free like a bird. Like that's where the healing.
No, not like that.
No, those chicken head can't get me. When I'm up there, there's rarefied air. And I'm feeling I'm like, no chicken head can get to me here because they wings.
Well, like Jimmy Rivera, you and Jimmy Rivera can go tandem then, apparently.
Yeah, I'm like on the Gossamer wings, porra. Oh God, nobody can find me.
I'm not doing that. Okay, so here's another thing I wouldn't do. Okay, so here's the thing. So I'm not afraid of. Truly, it's not heights necessarily, but to your point about the balcony situation, I'm good up to a certain point. When I lived in New York, when I first moved there, when I was a VJ at MTV, for those who don't know, I was one. I used to live on the 19th floor of an apartment building, and I had a balcony, which I liked very much. But the 19th floor was like, okay, that's pretty high
up there.
And so I don't want to, I know for me, I know in New York now, there are some super high rises. I have no interest in living on the 42nd floor. Yeah. I have no interest in living on the 35th floor. I have no interest in living on the 29th floor. I really literally don't have any interest in living higher than 20, 23 tops. 23 is probably my limit.
Yeah, at a hotel, I don't mind because it's like just for a couple of nights. It's kind of, you see the cityscape.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a little stressful. It's a little stressful though.
Again, if I know I'm in there, I'm in. I'm nobody gonna get. I can't fall out. I'm fine. As long as I'm in there.
I'm saying I don't want to go out on a balcony on the 40th floor.
Well, you're not gonna have that at a hotel anyway.
Not right. Exactly. Not at a hotel. Exactly. Anyway, and I just think of like no.
I used to go to hoof parties in New York when you have a lot of hoof party.
Yeah, those are dangerous.
You go in the end and you're a little drunk and you go, my stomach go like, let me get the fuck away from this shit. And
seriously,
then you think one of these fucking assholes just push you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. And it's a weird thing about the human condition, right? That we're drawn to it, right? Because all of us, there is that lemming in you that's like, goes to the edge and looks at it and tempts it just a little bit to see what your reaction is. And I think what it is, Renato, is that in a lot of time, we don't have too many situations in life where we feel we're really on the edge of life or death. And I think that's why that's exciting, because it's literally like you could make the choice to just it's right there. That's the edge. And I think that's why that is so exhilarating and frightening.
I think so too. I think you're onto something there. That is the reason. I think you want to see that. I think that's why we like to experience the Holocaust, though, or even violent.
Close.
I think you want to see a violent movie sometime because you just you kind of want to make, like a horror crazy. You kind of tasting death and your fears. You face your fears in a safe environment. Your fears.
Yeah, I think so too.
But okay,
I think so too.
That kind of stuff. Okay, you want to know what I don't want to do?
What?
Okay, so I think it's because of one fucking stupid movie. Not stupid movie. It's a great movie, but from when I was a little kid, Jaws fucked up the fucking water for me. So, look, I love to go to the beach. I love to even go body surfing and stuff like that. But once I start getting too far out, I start hearing that fucking music start going. All I can think of is that fucking shark coming from the darkness, and then you kind of making out. Wait a second, is that a beak? Not a beak, the fucking nose or whatever. And you go, oh god, you know what I mean? And he have like black lifeless eyes, like a
yes, just black and dead.
So I'm worried from that, and when I see people out in the middle of the fucking ocean, here's what shivers me chimbo.
That doesn't scare me.
You see people in the middle of the fucking ocean on, like, let's say a yacht, and they like maybe fishing for marlins or whatever the fuck these people do, and then people go, hey, let's take a dip in there. I think to myself, how the fuck there's not a shark in there?
I don't care. I'm not scared.
Yeah, see, for me, that's a problem. I'm not interested into meeting any shark.
No, that doesn't scare me.
But I'll tell you this. On the flip side, just like you being locked into the Holocaust, if I was in the shark cage and I knew it was secure and they can't get in there, I would fuck with that. But I'm not just going to willy-nilly be in the fucking ocean like, oh, there might be a shark in there. Fuck.
But see, I don't think sharks live you're way up on the surface. So I don't think they're that high up in the water.
Still shiver me chamber.
But so to me, I feel very comfortable in water. Like, I'm not scared in water. I remember one time when I was in high school, I went on a trip to St. Croix, and we went on a nighttime scuba dive, which is intense, or snorkeling, which is, I'm not going to lie, that was intense. So listen, Renato, it was insane. And even, I will say this, as comfortable as I am in water, and I'm very comfortable, like whenever I go scuba diving on, like, I'm not certified, but I've done like the resort courses. Whenever I go on those, I come back and I have like half a tank of air still. And the guy's like, what the hell? Like, why didn't you use any air? I'm like, because I barely breathe under there because I'm like completely comfortable underwater. Like, it's my happy place. Like, when people say like, where would you live on earth if you could live anywhere? I'm like, underwater. Like, I literally could live underwater. Like, I love it that much. So I'm very, 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 very calm there. And so I'm not afraid to jump in the water or wherever, nothing. So that's one of those things, like, people don't like cenotes and like those blue holes where, you don't know there's like a bottomless hole, swimming hole. I'm all about those. I have zero problems with those.
That. You can keep that. I'll jump off the fucking plane like a free bird.
I have zero problems with those. But like, so with the nighttime thing though, that is the one thing that did go, I was like, okay, this is a little bit scary. Because you went out, it was pitch black and there was a lot of stars, and at least you're in St. Croix and there's no reflected light, right? So there was a lot of light sort of from the universe. But we would take our flashlights, you'd take an underwater flashlight, you'd shine it around, and then you turn it off because the plankton would glow. The photoplankton and stuff like that would glow. But meanwhile, you're swimming around, like there's fish there. There's people would bump into things. You'd bump into coral. Maybe you got bumped by a turtle. Maybe you got bumped by this. And like, so some people were freaking out and got the F out and just got in the boat. But I loved it and stuff.
I loved it. Can you imagine seeing pitch black and then you start making out something and then you realize it's that fucking shot? Like, the thought of that shit, I would have a fucking heart attack. I would be like Hitcher Pryor in one of those movies, like, oh shit, oh god, oh shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck. I would probably have an anxiety. Like, I would just die from just like that.
Whoops. Oh no, that's not the one I meant. I meant this one. I meant.
I might go into convulsion. Fred Sanford. I couldn't survive under those.
Yeah, it would be scary, but I really like being in the water, so that doesn't scare me.
I don't like his jaws in there.
Yeah, Jaws messed up a lot of people. You're not alone.
It fucked me up, and I have a love-hate relationship because I love that fucking movie. And I'll watch if it's on tonight. I'll watch that fucking movie.
This guy doesn't want to be swallowed whole by a whale.
Now that I'm not afraid of. I'm not afraid of that because there was no movie about a fucking whale doing that.
But there was a cartoon or something, right? Or whatever, because I was at the Long Beach Aquarium just a few weeks ago, and they have the life-size model of the whale there. And Kiddo and I were joking about that, like, because I want to be a whale. Like I've said on things like if you look at my Twitter profile, it says whale or turtle in a former life. Like I truly believe I was one. And I think it's because I was born a month late. And so I was in my mother's womb for 10 months. So I was very used to being in water, whatever. That's my own breakdown of it. But I do believe in a former life that I was like a whale or like a turtle or whatever.
Whale have a big caboose on there. That's why.
I know. And but I'm just like a bit like whales are just like the big bad boss bee of the ocean. They just like cruise around. They don't pick fights. I'm very gentle. Like I'm not looking for a fight or anything like that. Just want to do my thing. I just want to be a boss bee and just like do my thing. And I'm not trying to hate on anybody.
Yeah.
Unless I'm a killer whale.
Whales love his sperm. Right? You're a sperm whale. Oh God.
At any rate. What else won't you do? Okay, so one thing I won't do. I got to one time when I worked on the show, Movies for Guys Who Like Movies. It was a really fun thing that I did on TBS, and we would show action movies, and then my co-host and I would do these things interstitially and like that went along with the theme of the movie. So my co-host was this guy named George Gray, who is actually now the one who took over Roddy's job on The Price is Right. But at any rate, so he's the guy that says, "Come on down now" and stuff like that. And so we used to hold on, I gotta tell the thing, remind me tomorrow, don't update my show right now. And so one time I got to go fly with the stunt pilot in a biplane. He was a trick pilot who did all kinds of things. So I told him a couple things. I was like, okay, I'll do anything. I'll do barrel rolls, I'll do corkscrews, I'll do end to ends. I was like, I don't want to do a hammerhead, which is where you fly up straight to where the engine cocks out because because there's not enough oxygen. I said, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do the inverted flyby of the runway at only, 30 feet or 20 feet. I go, that scares the effing life out of me. And like, no effing way do I want to be upside down looking at the runway like that. I would literally poo in my, my brain would shut down. Like, I can't imagine that. Like, that scares the hell out of me. So he's like, okay, cool. Yada, 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 yada. And somewhere there's film of this because it was, like I said, for the show. We're flying around and I'm filming, filming. He's trying up straight. I'm like, you son of a gun. And what does this dude do? But we do the hammerhead and we fly up straight and the engine craps out and like, oh God, like I freaked the heck out. But it was amazing. And the guy was like, he was, such a great pilot or whatever. It was so exhilarating fun, but like literally, so he would let me fly, like he would do the throttle or whatever, but I got to do the thing or whatever. So we was like, literally, it's like, okay, let's do some, loops. I'm like, all right, cool. And so we go and like, I'm the one pulling back and you look and you're like, you look at the horizon, the whole point is you watch the horizon and you're like looking and all of a sudden you're like, okay, the earth and the sky. And then you're like, the sky is on the bottom and the earth is on the top. And then you flip around and you just keep pulling and you just looking all the way back and you just watch the horizon line come all the way back around. Oh my God, it's so cool. And then like barrel rolls, the end to end is probably the freakiest one because you just feel like it's a free fall tumble, but I did all kinds of stuff. So awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it's scary, but it's exciting, Uh-oh. I just got that low power shit on the thing.
Oh no.
So that's basically, I mean, you hit it on the head when you said night scuba diving. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because in theory, I love it. I love the fishies and all that and the mysterious nighttime, but that goddamn Jaws fucked up everything for me. Maybe if I didn't saw Jaws. And then another thing, I saw somebody on Instagram there was some video about a guy who liked to explore caves.
Yeah.
And apparently it was like this one cave thing that was like this narrow, where only a human body could fit just barely, and it was very, very long. So you have to trust that it comes out the other side or whatever. And he was doing that, and it only have enough, and and then he went and took, like, there was some kind of Hong turn that he took to one that was unmapped or whatever, and then the guy went, and then he got stuck, and then that motherfucker died in there. And I thought to myself, boy, that's not something that I'm interested in.
Nope.
Nope. At like the thought of being like, yeah, let me see where this goes or whatever. Like, no, that's not fun.
Nope.
So that's right up there. I'll take any kind of falling off a fucking building, whatever. Not that shit.
That's a no for me, dog. Yeah, like remember, that reminds me of when Cowboy Cerrone told that whole story of that whole thing, like of scuba diving. He was scuba diving in caves and like literally got stuck in one or type thing, like, or his oxygen was running low type situation, and he's all the way down in some cave and thought he was gonna die. No,
that's not
thanks.
Shit like that, that's not for me.
As much as I love being in the water and stuff like that, I'm not as interested in exploring underwater caves, like to that extent. To that extent where I'm going through a crevice and I don't know what's of it. No, I'm okay without.
I like to watch that on the nature programming. Because I'm curious, like, what's in there?
Heck, yeah, I'm real curious.
But I don't want to be like that, like
this. Nope.
And
not
then
for me. Not for me. Okay, well, so listen, Renato.
This real quick. If I'm gonna be eaten by Joaos, I have to be in the daytime when I can see him coming from far away. I don't want at nighttime from him to come like this into focus.
But I think that's better because it's a quicker death. You'd rather know it's coming.
No, but I'd have to be. It feel at least it's daytime, and I'm like, caralho. Well, I guess my goose.
But you can see it coming, then you have that much more time to panic. I feel like in the dark, you'd be like, oh shoot, what's that? Oh no, I'm dead. Like I'd rather just have it be fast and furious.
But I think I would already be hyped up and feeling terrible because it's nighttime anyway, and I'm gonna go, oh caralho. I hope. It's like your worst fears. Like I hope the shark isn't back.
You'd be secreting. You would literally be like secreting like pure adrenaline, I'm sure, like out your body that was probably like bait to sharks.
It would be pure urine, caralho. No, I don't want that to happen. Please, my God. If you're listening, my God, please don't let Zhao.
Okay, but by the way, before we wrap this up, you just brought up literally one of my, I know this is a weird thing to end on, but literally one of my favorite things in the world to do. It's like when you're out swimming in the ocean and you just pee. That's the greatest feeling.
Oh, you gotta do that. It's very liberating. Yeah.
It feels so good. Why does that feel so good?
Because it feels like you won with the water. You God.
Is that it? It does. I guess that's it. You feel like you're
eating the system because all those other squares have to go to the bathroom, and you're like, you know what? No.
Honestly, it's literally one of my favorite feelings on.
I feel like it came Neptune. Yeah. No, and I'll tell you what, like I'm saying, it sounds like I don't like the water. I'm usually, if I go to the beach with a couple people, I'm usually the only one who goes into the fucking water and fucking around in the waves and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm fine until I think about it.
Then you go, wait a minute.
Think about it, and it happens when you go to where you really getting, and you found that you're the furthest person out on the beach. And then you go, well, if Joaos is out here, there's no buffer. Like, there's no one closer to him. If at least there's someone closer to him, it's like they're going to get got first. And I'm going to go, somebody call the police.
No, you're the front line.
Yeah, somebody call Hob Schneider, or not Hob Schneider, Hoy Schneider, or whatever.
Roy Schneider.
What the fuck is his name?
Roy Schneider. Roy Schneider? Schneider,
Roy Schneider, yeah. I'm like, please, God,
didn't he pass away?
Yeah, he did.
By the way, he's amazing in all that jazz. He's phenomenal.
Bob Fosse, the heck, that one.
That movie, I watch that movie at least once a year. That movie is fantastic.
He's in no nonsense in there. about what he expect out of those.
That end sequence, literally the last 15 minutes of that movie are pure heartbreak, but also pure exaltation. Like, I love the end of that movie so much. It's literally one of my favorite endings of all movies of all time.
I have to rewatch it. I haven't seen that since I was a kid, and it used to come on cable.
I have the DVD. Like, I love it. Literally, it's one of my favorite endings of movies of all time.
Well, you know what? I think the audience can see that you're trying to lure me like Jaws. You're trying to chum the water, and you're trying to lure me in with your Hoy Scheider, and to watch that one, and to give me alcohol, feed me alcohol, and watch all that jazz. It might gonna work this time. We'll see.
You know, we could watch it with the kid. So there'd be a third wheel.
That's kinky. You want her to see? Come on, I don't want.
She's seen it. We actually watched it not too long ago, I think, because I just love it so much.
Grown men sitting there eating hot butter popcorn and drinking alcohol, drinking White Claw, drinking Dana White Claw.
Okay, listen, Renato, I know we got to wrap this up, but exciting for those people who joined us late. I just remind you that now the podcast is available as an audio show on Spotify and on Amazon Music, and by tomorrow it should be on Apple Podcasts as well. I will add it to Stitcher as well, but you can listen to us now. So far, I think I put up 5 or 6 episodes today. I'm going to keep going. I put them up in order of most recent, working backwards, because I just felt like that made the most sense. And so they will all be there soon, I hope. And so now you'll have the option to just listen to us. So you can, when you're driving around or working out or doing whatever. But then also, obviously, we have the video version of this, and you can find it on festivities.com, and you can find it here on YouTube. And if you're here on YouTube, please hit subscribe, and you find it on Twitter and on Renato's Twitch every Tuesday night, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. This was episode 48, Renato. We've had a who's who of guests.
We've had them all. We've seen them all. And there's so many more to explore.
And in fact, I meant to mention it. Angie's, I think, our first repeat guest, because she was on a very early episode with Uriah Hall one time. I think she's our first repeat guest. So I meant to mention that. But at any rate, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one, right?
You're welcome, people. We'll see you. Ciao for now. I hate to hap it up. You know how I hate happing it up, but this time I'm gonna have to.
Okay. See you later, Renato. Bye.
Ciao to my public.